Never that ever the rest. 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 Never that ever the
Why? You want to put it together? Well, then you put it together. You put together this fucking particle board piece of fucking shit. Its instructions make no sense. I will buy another one. I will buy another one. I'll buy fucking 5 and smash 4 if I want to. How was that uncalled for? I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to the fucking thing. I was talking to the fucking thing.
Oh, that was your girl? I thought I recognized.
Ooh, baby, I be stuck to you like glue, baby. Wanna spend it all on you, baby. My room is the G-spot. Call me Mr. Flintstone. I can make your bed right. I can make your bed right.
You, buddy, what's your name? Stan. Stan. Oh, see? I just kicked Stan. Calm down, Sean. Don't tell me to calm down.
Expert, you'll yell at all of us equally.
Yes, all because it's everybody else's fault, but mine.
He hates us. He hates us.
No, I do not. By the way, too, let me see that shirt. Why are you wearing such a professional shirt? You got a new job somewhere or something?
Yeah, I'm actually just got done with my interview at the healthcare center. I'm actually going to be helping helping moms actually deliver their babies, and actually
Who
doing
the fuck
dental
is trusting you around kids?
Yeah, no.
Somebody actually did. Whatever job works. If they can't trust a black man to deliver babies, you can never trust a black man with a gun either. So it's just
it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna be doing that. So you know what? Actually, I gotta go to that job now. You know what? See you guys later.
Man. Take it.
Bye.
Yeah.
See,
Do you just like equate having a baby to owning a gun?
I just like how we're so unprofessional as a business. You could just quit and just leave right away.
Yeah, you got a good point. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, I hope it
Oh
talks out.
fuck! I just fucking remember. I don't have no money to actually get to the job. So
Dude, I really did not know if you were actually being serious or not. Honestly, as you were going on to this, I was like, "Did you really get a job with some fucking baby thing?"
No, this is just my mom's shirt. This is actually where she used to work at HealthSpan. But people forget all of that.
I'm sorry.
Midnight Chat Attack.
I had to come back. I locked myself in my room.
Oh, okay. No, man. Welcome to the Midnight Chat Attack. Hopefully you guys are chill, relaxed, ready to attack the chat. It is Saturday. It's time to kick up your feet, kick up your hands, kick up your aspirations or something like that. And just have a good time, people. I just want you to have a good time. Like if you don't, I'm gonna choke the fuck out of you. That's all I want. I just really want you to have a good time and spread happiness, or I'm gonna literally just hurt the fuck out of you. So don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. Like it'd be really bad.
He's like a NutriBullet with fuck. He's just gonna squeeze and just like every single last fuck out of you. Just.
I want to see how far this can go.
I'm just curious too.
No, fuck all that. We gotta get this shit right on the road. Let's stop stalling. Nick, why don't you tell them what's on tonight's lineup tonight?
Oh yes. Wait, hold on. What's lineup tonight? Lights line up tonight. Lights line up. Lights light up, people. No, no, people. Yeah, this is a Midnight Chat Tech YouTube channel. You already fucking know about this kind of type of shit. Okay, let's not pretend here. All right, how you even found us, by the way? Like that's the thing. We never really talked about that. Why do we tell them about the YouTube channel and yet they're watching the YouTube video? It's like they can't click on the fucking channel name.
Like what the fuck? Like no, that's what I was like telling them. Like tell them like what's actually gonna be on the show. Like tell them like what the fuck?
I completely fucking forgot. Like,
oh, fuck! Oh shit!
No. I'm so sleepy, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we all fucking tired.
No, tonight, I do remember. I'm just trying to be an asshole. No, but yeah, tonight we're talking about Bill Maher. I know that everyone's talking on Facebook about him and his whole racist, like, he's saying that he's a house Negro? Is that what he said?
Oh, how
he said the actual word.
Oh,
like
with the R, hard R right there?
Yeah.
No, wasn't it? No, I watched the show live. He actually just said nigga. It was just any other hip-hop track.
But, okay, still, he's too white to be doing that shit. It might as well be a hard R at this point.
Well, actually, when we talk into it, because I saw it live, I want to actually get into it, because he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and then we're also going to be talking about, we might as well be talking about Double Toasted itself, because apparently they couldn't even do the highest score playing Friday the 13th, because that fucking game doesn't work. And it's been shit I've been saying, Anthony, do I not have this argument all the fucking time with Alan? Well, we might even bring it up until Ellen comes back, whatever. When Ellen's here, we will have that fucking fight. So people, if you guys want to see a big fucking nerd fest of people yelling at each other, you might get that tonight. I'm trying not to, especially after the Sonic thing. Anthony, I'm so sorry about what I said about Sonic a few days ago. I apologize.
No, you're not. No, you're not sorry. You're not sorry. That was payback for what I had did to your Metal Gear. So
you know what? Shit in my Metal Gear, son.
No, love is war, man. Love is war. You know what? Give me a hug. I would fuck the shit out of you, and it'll be fine.
No, that's against the rules. Because speaking of the rules, Ganja, why don't you tell him the rules is fucking
yeah, this pervert needs to learn these rules. Speaking of rules, newcomers, join the call first. We like those new fresh faces, and that includes you, those people we haven't seen before. So please, hit me up in the PM section or Anthony so we can get you on the show. Rule number 2, do not talk over each other.
Places instead of faces.
What the fuck was that? See, just like that, if you guys talk over each other, we can't understand what you're trying to say, so please don't do it. Rule number 3, please, no nudity. Unlike what Alan was talking about earlier, we are not going to show no dick. Rule number 4, do not give anyone else the link. We have a planned show, and that includes who comes onto the show. So please, do not give anyone else the link. We know who's to come on next. Rule number 5, read the rules, and Allie girl.
Don't be a dick.
You're grounded.
You're grounded. That was very anticlimactic. Like you could have had a little bit more life, a little bit more flavor.
A little bit more life means my mom would have heard me.
Yeah,
Shoot.
that'd be hilarious. Just
now we equal life for her.
You know, like I'm already sending them out. We already told you about the rules. I guess we're doing this like backwards now. But people, if you actually want to get inside the Google Hangouts call, I want you to look on the left side of your screen. You're gonna see like this oval shape with this box or whatever it is. Whatever the shape it is, just go to geometry class. Just learn this shit. It's going to be blinking red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. You click it, it opens up. You see it. It's going to be like your name. It's going to probably be my name or some shit like that. You're going to see a Google Hangouts link. It's going to be like long and shit. You click it, 10 inches. You click the link. You hop inside the call in a very, very, I wish I had a catchphrase, but I got Wonder Woman like manner. I don't
know. That doesn't fucking
yeah.
Okay, wow, holy shit, bad.
or if you prefer,
you can using that as a thumbnail.
Just get her. You know what? We probably could do that. Like if I Photoshop her in Photoshop, I could probably add like a tiara, like some bracelets, whatever. Like I probably could.
That's the only way I'll ever become Wonder Woman.
And the thing is, you can put the big logo like right in the front too, just saying like Wonder, because apparently those movie posters can't just put the whole fucking name of the movie. Ugh, laziness. I hate it. I'm sorry. God.
No, but it's like they did like a couple of posters though. It was like Wonder.
So I have to buy all the fucking posters to be able to say the whole title of the movie.
World Wrestling Entertainment. That's the wrong one.
Shut up.
Oh, or you can hop inside the car in a very BDSM manner, which the fucking Ruthless put us through some bullshit, Ganja. What the fuck?
He put us to the equivalent of fucking a Tommy Wiseau picture about bondage.
I'm so glad I didn't show up to that shit.
Yeah, don't show up to that shit. People, if Ruthless invites you to a movie night, and this is just a quick shout out, like allowing people to actually get onto the show and stuff like that, because I already sent out PM, so let me know if you actually want to get on. But like I said, if Ruthless or Jenny invite you to any movie night, don't go. Don't do it. You're watching BDSM films and shit that doesn't make sense and plots. You're just going to be aggravated. You're going to probably leave actually sexually aroused a little bit, maybe, possibly.
What was this called?
And it was called
What he's
Brown.
trying to say is he was sexually aroused by the movie.
Yes.
And he feels embarrassed by it.
Yes,
Nick,
I am.
this movie made me want to become a Christian. I was the opposite.
Wait, is this
Holy
a movie?
shit. Yes, this is the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you actually found it, because I had, when Ruthless and people, like you said, you got to tune into the after hours, because you never know what this might lead, because this actually has some fucking lore, because Jenny and Ruthless is actually talking about bad movies in the after hours. So like I said, you got to come there. And they was just like toasties, like them two say, hey, why not watch a bad movie? So you got to stick too close to the Facebook groups or stick close to the chat and stuff like that, because you never know when the toasties might just do something spontaneous. I decided to join them on that bad movie night. Bad idea. Ganja just decided to join them on it. And Nick, let me tell you, and Jenny, fuck you too. But let me tell you, Nick, okay, we have how many ripoffs of this? Because Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey is a ripoff of Twilight. And then you got this movie, Bound, which is a ripoff of 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. And I'm just like,
sort of. Like they basically just did it to cash in at the same time. It's not the same plot, it's not similar characters. It's just them trying to do the same, basically trying to do the same movie with a far smaller budget. This movie was made for $1 million, like 1.13 million.
Why the fuck do you know?
Yeah, because the reason that we watched it is to review it for my channel. So there will be going up on Monday a review with Ganja and Jenny and Anthony reviewing the movie entirely. So. But yeah, that's why we watched it. We weren't watching it just to watch it. We were watching it because I wanted to put some content up.
Thank God, because I'm about to yell at your ass. Because I'm so sick of these sex movies, by the way. You can tell that America is like the most unsexual fucking like country in the world, because we don't even know, like, we're making movies that don't even have like actual pornography. Like,
no,
scenes.
Nick, no. You're saying that because you haven't seen the film. This film goes way deep into the sex to the point that I want to become a nun.
No! I'm so glad I lost out on this.
Hold on, Nick. I'll give you a good scene that really burnt into my fucking retina. They come into the sex dungeon. I'm cool with that. Everyone's got a sex dungeon. So they walk in, and there's this one lady straight up wearing a BDSM outfit with a dog collar on another woman as she's drinking out of a dog bowl.
Was it Aquafina?
I don't know what the fuck it was. But that scene just burnt with me the whole night. I felt so bad for that woman.
Actually, those are pretty comfortable.
And that's the thing. It's just like, I can get it. I can get the whole BDSM type of shit like that. Because, like, as a person that's, like, actually finding themselves sexually, like, I'm like, I can actually see myself getting into that type of stuff. But this movie actually kind of turn you off, because don't watch this movie. Like, is your starting point to get into it. If you're trying to learn about it, do not do this, because this motherfucker does everything wrong.
God,
it's not even a BDSM anymore. It's just
he is a creepy sociopathic stalker abuser. Like
it's abuse. It's abuse.
So basically, it's a fucking handmaiden that you can understand what they're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why you gotta bring up handmaiden?
No, because you're doing that shit again.
Why you gotta bring up that shit? Nick, come here.
Nick, this isn't a good movie. Like I'll say this up front. This is not a good movie. It's a bad movie you can laugh at over and over again. And believe me, we laughed over and over again in this movie.
The best part is I invited Allie. I really wish you came with us.
Like you know what?
Phrasing for one.
Nick, I want you to come here. Nick, come close to the camera. You
got close to you fucking pervert.
No. You got handmaidens cum all over your mouth. Stop sucking the movie's dick. I'm sorry. Okay?
Yeah,
Stop sucking the movie's dick.
Let's move on,
It's okay.
Yeah, that was a little explicit, man. God damn.
Anthony,
it's okay. No, you got a little bit right there. I know you love that movie so much. Stop sucking its dick so much. I know. It's okay. It's okay.
You know,
That's gross.
You're gonna knock down that fucking camera, and then you're gonna be No, but hey, no. Fuck you. I mean, that's all I got. Seriously.
Nick's just a hater. He's a hater.
Oh, Virgin fucking Mary over here. What? Shut up.
I see my evil plan to make Ganja Christian is working. It's slowly but surely he's getting tired of sex.
Ganja's gonna be
that?
I didn't say it was a good plan.
I'm gonna show you a bunch of sexual devious shit, and then you'll come to God.
Man, we gotta stop dude.
You need to work with one extreme to get to another extreme. I'm just saying.
Nick, I swear to God, that was innocent, and I did not know where I was going with that phrase.
Like, Ganja, you and Anthony are saying so much gross shit. I'm about to sound like Justin in a few minutes. Oh my God, guys, you guys should totally stop it.
How rude!
How rude!
Yes, because that is totally what I sound like, Nick. Thank you. You're a master.
Film.
Nick, you forgot to put the pinky up.
Well, excuse me. I believe you're being a bunch of unrighteous, deviant hicks.
Damn, see, I don't even know if you're joking or not. That was fucking nasty.
Did you guys get your insults on Tumblr?
Nick, for a second there, you want to tell him to go fuck himself for real?
No, but
This
one
is gonna
thing
be a long show.
it is.
Yeah.
Dude, this is kind of ridiculous.
Hold on,
already.
Allie.
I feel like I need some wine for this. Hold on one second.
No,
I'm covered.
But actually, since Justin's gay ass is in here, I'm gonna bring something up really quick. Top Gun. Apparently, Val Kilmer is lobbying to be Iceman. For one, two questions. Why is this a story? Because I could have sworn we brought this up recently, and I just don't remember like this even trending on what.
I'm confused. Like, okay, like rewind. Let's go back to the base point. When the fuck was the last time Val Kilmer did something?
To anything at all.
He's been hiding because he gained a whole ton of weight. No one wants to cast him in anything anymore. So now this is the only thing he has left. It's like, oh yeah, his most popular film from the '80s that wasn't Heat. Well, I mean, he was the '90s, but his most popular movie. Yeah, of course he's going to campaign hard.
Wasn't he Batman in Batman Forever? Or
Again, his most popular movie. Not
yeah, no. Hey, it was a Batman movie, so
yeah, popular doesn't mean it's good, by the way. Hence fucking Avatar. But I'm sorry for everyone who likes Rotten Tomatoes. But yeah, like the main thing here though, man, is I'm just kind of curious. Like, is Top Gun really that big of a fucking film? Where this is starting to pop up on Screen Rant and
it's only a big film for the people who really liked it back in the day. I mean, and obviously, you know, I'm the wrong person to ask about that because I've never seen Top Gun. I didn't grow up watching Top Gun. Well, yeah, I'm not a kid from the '80s. I don't really know that kind of stuff. But as I'm saying, like the people who saw Top Gun, it was a cultural phenomenon for a time. You know, it was something that hit that right balance where Tom Cruise was becoming a big star. Val Kilmer was there, so you know, whatever. And it was it Tony Scott who directed that one? Or
I believe so, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So you know, it managed to hit that right balance where it was cheesy, but it was action packed. It was funny and charming, unintentionally gay. But you know,
like
I guess
a little bit.
But and it's also it's systemic of the whole reboot culture we're dealing with right now. Like everything that's old is becoming new again. But no one's asking for Top Gun 2. There's no reason to make a sequel for that.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I've heard lots of shit like, hey, remake Leprechaun, like some ridiculous shit I've heard. And no one has ever said, yo, I want Top Gun to continue. I just don't remember. Like, Anthony, like, I know you talk to lots of toasties with weird-ass tastes. I mean, have you heard of this? Like,
I forgot that movie even existed. And like the funny thing about it, if they want to do like these type of movies, why not just like just do something else with pilots? And like if you want to do something, dude, like remake Stealth. Like take, like I said, take something.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like that idea was actually kind of clever. So I think you can actually repurpose that idea and actually do something else. Or like another plane movie that I probably can't think of at the moment. Like redo some of the plane movies that you can't do with some of that like Top Gun undertext or whatever, and put that into a movie and make something new out of it. Like why would you have to go back? Because is Tom Cruise already signed on this or whatever? Like,
yeah, he's the one who announced it. He's the guy who's like, we're making Top Gun 2.
Question for you, Anthony.
Yeah.
So wait, go
quick
ahead.
question for you, Anthony. What kind of good play movies are there to even?
No, that's what I'm
There aren't
thinking.
that
Like I know
many.
it has to be. I know it has to be some that I just can't remember right now because it was a period.
Just Top Gun.
No, it was just like because it seemed like it was always those periods where like Fast and the Furious, and then you had like a whole bunch of car movies coming out, and then it was like a whole bunch of bike movies that was coming out, and then like a whole bunch of boat movies was coming out. Like I'm surprised it didn't happen with planes.
I think Pearl Harbor is the closest we got with that.
oh, and who did that, by the way? Who did that movie?
Michael Bay.
Fuck yeah, baby.
No, it's
Ugh.
No, but here's the thing too. Like the problem with doing plane movies, we have such sophisticated plane technology nowadays that it's hard to do dogfights. You know, like in World War II, you can make plane movie kind of stuff because they were slow enough planes. You can have a dozen of them flying around that stuff. But now we have like Harrier jets and big, like things that can break the sound barrier. So it's not really all that thrilling. These things are just super powerful machines that can barely pass by each other, kind of thing. It's.
I know a lot of people didn't like the movie, but actually I liked his take on it. And granted, it probably could be a better movie, but Red Tails, I actually didn't mind Red Tails and how they did the dog fights in it. I don't know, it had like a lot of awkward points in that movie, especially in some of the acting. But when they actually took flight, I was actually very engaged.
But that's World War II. I mean, I'm talking about modern day plane stuff.
That's nothing. Like, I don't see how they're gonna besides doing that fucking bullshit Paul Bunyan story of man versus machine, where he's gonna try to compete against drones.
Wait,
honestly. I forget the folklore.
What?
I confused them. But there's it's basically a folklore where they try to beat the machine.
Who goes against the train? Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, I'm thinking of that one. My bad.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know I was going to get quizzed on U.S. folklore right now. I thought I was going to get
I was wondering, where does the blue ox come into this story here? It's,
it's a representation for Korea, goddammit.
The main thing I want to bring up really quick, too, is that in the chat, I forgot who said it. I would scroll up, but it's like I already had the shit like kind of queued up on YouTube. But Independence Day, the first one, this kind of counts as a plane movie. The whole movie's about getting into spacecraft, etc. And the 90s had a lot of good stuff, because here's another one. I'm surprised they haven't remade this shit. But Con Air. How did this not have a fucking sequel? Like, I'm really, really curious as to how this didn't become a bigger thing.
Or thank you.
Ends with an ending point.
Yeah. Maybe.
But to be fair, so does Top Gun.
You just maybe remind me of the other one. What was the other one with Harrison Ford, Air Force One? So, like I said, it was a period where they was releasing plane movie after plane movie.
That wasn't really like a dogfight plane movie. It was more like they were stuck on Air Force One.
Well, I think the new fucking movie's coming out, Dunkirk. I think it's gonna have some scenes with dogfighting.
I was gonna mention that. It's like we got Dunkirk coming out. I mean, I don't know, like some of you, if you guys seen Wonder Woman in IMAX, they play Dunkirk in 5 minutes of the movie, and like they show you the airplane fight, and it looks freaking incredible. So I mean, I just don't think this is necessary. I don't know. Maybe Tom Cruise is just being crazy like he always is. He's like, hey guys, like totally happening, but everyone else is like, no.
They should just do a prequel, because that's the only way I can see them working. If they want to keep kind of modern jets, it should be like set in the Korean War, because that gives them the best wiggle room, because not a lot of people know about that.
But why would anyone want to see a movie without Tom Cruise in it? I mean, you're not going to have 50-year-old Tom Cruise playing young version.
Hey man, it's fucking remake movies. They could just lie and just say, oh, I'm his grandfather.
Exactly. Or the biggest thing, what I'm thinking it can do is it can just do something like this.
Top Gun.
Bring in fucking Speed, remake Speed, and have some kind of movie like that. Like, man, I don't know why Speed didn't do something that had to do with planes. They just had the bus and they had the boat, which I didn't know like Speed had anything to do with fucking boats.
To be fair, Air Force One is Speed 3 to some degree, or like any of those disaster movies, they all fit in that same genre. And we saw how good Speed 2 turned out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was Cruise Control. Goddamn, movie was so fucking bad. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's just funny how. Oh, go ahead.
This is actually really surprising, because I'm actually thinking about it now. Like, they really don't have a modern day dogfight movie with like.
Because we don't have modern day dogfights.
Like, of course. Then again, like, throw a script at fucking Hollywood. They make a movie. Like, of course not. We don't have fucking aliens and zombies. So like,
no, Anthony. Remember, you can't do dogfights with real machines, but we can have spaceships do dogfights, and they can travel, the faster than the speed of light. That's okay though.
No, I'm just like surprised that like nobody hasn't done it already. Like, I'm just surprised.
The whole trouble is, if you do modern day dogfighting, you essentially have to create a conflict somewhere. So you have to basically make a fake war. Think of how badly that would be received if you made a fake war movie about a war that's either, quote, currently happening. So it's in 2017. A movie comes out about a war that starts in 2018 with two countries that aren't currently fighting. Like, that could cause a major international incident. In the 80s, we had a Cold War going on, and it was a different political climate. You could do that then.
But
especially in the 90s.
You say that, but then again, we had...
Okay, well, one at a time. Anthony, go ahead first.
No, it's just like, true, that is actually a good point, but then again, you had almost fucking Seth Rogen and James Franco almost start a war over a fucking comedy movie, so...
Oh, yeah, the interview.
Where their whole idea was, we're going to go kill off the leader of a country that is not currently at war with anyone. Like, that's also a problem,
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, honestly, dude, like, I like video game adaptations to film way better than any kind of fucking remake or reboot. I mean, make Ace Combat a fucking movie. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just something. Crimson Skies, for instance. Like, anything. I always bring that up every time you bring up Top Gun or some kind of flying thing. But moving on, I know there's a few other opinions that we should have, but, after hours. That's what that's for. So, moving on, though, and I'm doing this only because it's trending. I'm going to be completely transparent with y'all. It's the only reason why, because there's not a fucking thing to say, and it kind of makes me mad. But speaking of remakes, why is this number one in trending? Why? 518,000.
For some reason, Hollywood does not want to make anything original. So what they're gonna do is gonna pump us full of just reboots and remakes. I can't wait for the Proud Family. We watch Penny Proud go to college. It's gonna be amazing.
What the fuck?
No, this bitch is already married with like 3 kids.
It's probably gonna happen now.
No, I know. I'm throwing it out there. We're gonna have Peter Pan with his grandchildren. They're gonna take back Neverland. It's gonna be a sci-fi movie. For some reason.
Oh, but look at this shit. She bounced it with her ass.
She got the moves, man. She got the moves.
This is ridiculous. Like, that was Cage Joe, but live action, dude. Like, look at that.
Right down to the special graphics that happen when she hits the ball. Damn.
Yeah.
But like, it's on Disney Channel, and granted, they just gone. Because I remember when she actually made this announcement on The View, when she was just like, "Yeah, the sequel to That's So Raven, the classic show, is actually under development, so I'm actually gonna be leaving The View to actually work on that." And I'm just like, okay, I'm curious. And then as soon as I saw this trailer, I thought back to that.
Apparently,
I never grew up with the show, but I was just like, it's for fans that grew up with that type of stuff. I mean, like, not too long ago, we got the sequel to Boy Meets World, which is Girl Meets World. So it's just like DuckTales. So it's just like we get all these type of stuff back. So this is just for them.
Yeah,
so,
But Justin, I saw that you were saying something. Go ahead, man. Every time I do it, every time. Like, what the fuck?
His internet gets stay straight.
Did I say
duck out?
Did I say it again? Okay. I'm just saying, Anthony stole my point that it was, Girl Meets World. Like, they didn't learn from that.
Well, arrest him.
So.
Turn around. Put your hands behind the back. Motherfucker, stop resisting.
Hey, man.
First time you've been in handcuffs, Anthony.
I would just say that, like, I'm a person that grew up with That's a Raven. Like, that was my show. I mean, like, I watch that all the time, and this is stupid. I don't understand. Like, I'm saying, I'm a big fan of That's a Raven. I'm just like, why? Why do you have to, like, we're done. Give it up. Make something new. Why do you have to keep going back to old crap?
Well, not only that, like, they literally ended the series. Like, I think the last episode is her getting her dream job at, like, a makeover, not a makeover factory, a factory for clothes. And she's, like, a head designer. And then she just graduated college and she got a brand new job. That's how they end the series. So now it's just like, hey, let's get some money off of these millennials that now have spending power.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like, this shit never felt like... I didn't know this is that popular, to be honest. Like, I remember watching it a lot. And this is called Supernaturally Stylish. Is that the same show, or am I wrong here? That's
no. This was still based on the old, like, ABC Family style. Like, I think Boys Meet Girls with people walking on the side, like, "Oh, Raven, you forgot my toaster oven." Da-da-da-da. And then just a flashback to her forgetting the toaster oven somewhere. And the whole thing is her looking for that toaster oven in her vision.
Every episode is the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just what item is she seeing now in the future?
I don't know. Well, I'm looking at this right here, dude, and, like, this looks like a fucking Resident Evil trailer now. Like, it's like Biohazard.
No, it's that scene from The Mummy. Her pupil's gonna split in two.
Yeah, Mummy Raven. No,
That's
man.
so Mummy.
And then Raven flies off an airplane.
Oh, dude, they should totally cross over Top Gun 2 with That's So Raven. There we go.
That's so Top Gun.
Don't give them any ideas.
God. Wow. I'm trying to find Maverick's fucking toaster McOven or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the hell it's
I really wondered if they're gonna have like the other characters in there, because like That's a Raven had like a spinoff, which was Cory in the House, which is like the best anime apparently online. But I really wonder if they're actually gonna get him involved in this too, like that whole little crossover, do that. Maybe use this as an opportunity to actually have like the Pussycat Dolls or something like that pop up. Use this as a jumping off point to probably start like some kind of Disney cinematic universe or Disney universe on television.
No.
So like I would
No, that's a real dark universe. Like
literally. No. So like I would not be surprised if they actually start doing that. Use this as a jumping off point to actually connect those other shows that was around that time. like might get like fucking Shia LaBeouf as Even Steven on one episode. So
Yeah, and Zach and Cody will show up.
I ain't coming back to that.
That's what
Yeah.
back in the day.
Oh wait! Oh, we're in the underwater scene. I still remember those three.
Shit.
Oh, man.
Look what I did.
Hold your breath, Jenny. Hold your breath.
And then she left.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, man. No, but yeah, no, Corey in the House. God, I remember that fucking show. This is bad. Look at this stupid bitch. Like, oh, look at this. Having such a good time.
This was bad.
Okay, and that always bugged me with that character because she's the foreign character. So obviously every joke is, I'm from a foreign country, so we do things wacky.
Yeah, it's awful.
No,
man.
thanks to Trey, because like I said, he grew up with most of these Disney shows, just like most of us, and he was like, "Yeah, the Disney shows are already connected." So, yep, they're doing that shit. They're doing it. It's gonna be a Disney.
I just want to see if they bring Orlando Bloom back. Not Orlando Bloom, but Orlando
Brown.
Brown, my bad.
Orlando Bloom.
Dude, I watched like several interviews of him after watching the trailer, and he has fucking lost his mind. At one point, he's like, "Yeah, one time I slept with Raven. You know, I gave her a little bit of that doody doo, and you know, she gave me a little do wop do wop do wop do ah."
He's not even exaggerating. That's
I know he said that on the internet.
God, man. But speaking of do what? Hey, Alan, how you doing?
Birdman.
Hey.
You know, technically I should understand what just happened, but I still don't know what the fuck happened.
Okay.
Well, welcome, Birdman.
Hello,
No,
everyone.
clearly, Birdman, you're a huge fan of That's So Raven, right? That was your favorite show
I
growing
fucking
up.
hate that show. Holy shit.
No, you loved it. You had all the collectibles. You watched all the spin-offs. You followed Corey in the House.
I actually did like Corey in the House. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
Man, we're joking.
It was a clone of That's So Raven, but I did have some fun with Corey, okay?
It's the new kid moving in.
That's how I got him. I trapped Alan to admit something so terrible.
You know, the last time I saw Anthony do something this embarrassing, it was an Andy Milonakis theme song. He's like, "I got a dick in my head, but don't call me a dickhead."
An hour ago.
For some reason, I remember the lyrics to random shows from my childhood. I don't know.
No, but before we move on, I know you didn't get a chance to say anything, Jenny, because you were like in 8-bit. So, yeah, like closing statements. Like, what do you think about the situation, everything with whole That's So Raven or the new one?
I really don't care because maybe the Girls Meets World that failed because they canceled it. So why are they trying again? Again, it's this whole culture of let's just recycle old shit because hey, people like nostalgia and stuff. But
yeah, hey, what was your favorite movie this year? Power Rangers.
Fuck you.
Hey, in Jenny's defense, that wasn't trying to be. That was basically doing a new story with old characters.
You
As
see how you
opposed to.
stumble?
No, Alan has it right. And also, the goddamn show's been going on for 40 fucking years in Japan, so fuck you.
Wait, Power Rangers?
So
Or
this
That's
is
So
chock
Raven?
full of original content.
I mean, Nick, you could argue you love yourself some Transformers.
True.
No, yeah, but I'll admit to it. Like, yeah, I like
No, but that's nostalgia
I
as well.
don't fucking.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious though, like one final point before we actually move on is.
Well, that's unfortunate. It froze.
I think
It's actually
There you go.
It's actually two questions I actually want to ask. Like, who does it now? Like these type of sitcoms. Do you think this type of sitcom is dead? The whole Jimmy did this laugh track, or do you? And if it's not dead, who actually does this type of sitcom
Have
now?
you seen the ratings for Big Bang Theory? It's still going strong. Just
But
saying.
like a lot of people,
did they
from what
still
I
have
see,
laugh tracks
don't
on
like that show. Like
Yeah.
that's what, like it's so weird
man.
because just like it seems like a lot of people like the general consensus don't like the show, but it's still on the air. So I'm
Hey
like,
man, you say that. I know lots of people who watch that week by week. I'm just saying. So
I used to be one of those people for a long
like
time.
there we go.
Yeah, my
stopped watching after a while.
my dad loves Big Bang Theory. I don't understand it.
It just got old after a while.
Yeah.
no, like other than Big Bang Theory, like what's the another like doing it the exact same way? Like,
Honestly, Jenny, I'm sure you guys brought this up, but Girl Meets World did it really, really well. Because I grew up on Boy Meets World, and I love that show from start to finish. Just seeing the growth of the characters and how they got the characters from being kids to being adults in the span of a TV show. So it's almost like you got to see them grow up over, the 10, 20 years that this show is that the show is on for. So I was happy when they were doing a sequel series with all the same characters. I watched them like, okay, this is a bit cheesier than the old series, but I kind of like that it was still trying to teach kids that there's more to life than just your work. Like, work's important, but you also have to kind of like yourself to a certain degree. You have to have some sort of self-confidence in life to get anywhere,
Yeah,
And that worked even with the laugh track.
And I'm actually really curious too, Anthony. Do you mean like kid sitcoms, or you mean like just sitcoms?
No, I'm just talking like the sitcoms in this style, like live studio audience.
Well, there's a ton of those on
like,
all the network channels. So
yeah, kind of like because, like, in my personal opinion, and from what I hear from you guys, the type of comedy shows and sitcoms that y'all like are kind of going in the direction of like The Office or Community, that whole dry humor thing. So that's why I'm wondering if this style of sitcoms, like the one that That's So Raven is trying to bring back or whatever, do y'all think that it might reach a point where it's just completely gone?
I would normally say that, but right now, like, I'm watching this show, The New Adventures of Old Christine with I forgot her name, Julia.
Louis Dreyfus.
Yeah. This fucking show is so like intense with the like adult comedy shit. Where like, I mean, I'm not saying like intense, like ooh, like my balls are small now. I mean, in the sense of just like no kid could watch this shit and know the jokes because they're all super sexual. I mean, they make like semen jokes like on her face and shit. Like it's fucked up, and it's like totally on normal TV.
You might want to you might want to rephrase that, Nick.
No, I'm serious. Like she makes jokes about semen on her face, like.
Which is kind of
like, I mean, it's really adult. Like, it's super like explicit. You know,
but it doesn't seem like it's a lot though. Like you bring up that example and then you bring up Big Bang Theory, which immediately everybody went to. But when we was growing up, it was like fucking shit ton.
That was the normal thing. Cheers to every single show that was on there. Was the whole gimmick of filming for a live studio audience. Sometimes they would show the audience, like on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they would show the audience sometimes, you know? But like that was the common thing, you know?
Yeah, now everyone kind of likes to go to that kind of Modern Family style, which is just based off the Office kind of style framing. That documentary style, like you're just hanging out with the family, watching the happenings of the house. Because that gets you more involved, whereas the studio audience thing, it always feels fake. Like, even as a little kid watching these shows, whenever they had a laugh track or everyone going, ooh, when a kiss happened, it always took me out of the moment.
Yeah, but at the same time, there is that experience of being in the audience, like, you know, that feeling of being at the moment live, watching these things happen. And sometimes, you know, that can be funny. You know, even having been in a live audience, at least for one recording, even though that show sucked, it's still that feeling like, I'm here watching this happen. I'm here watching this experience.
I don't know, man. I'm with Ganja on this because I went back, I guess, recently to watch How I Met Your Mother, and that still had the laugh track. And since it's been such a long time since I watched show with laugh track, it took me out when people were laughing at the jokes. I was like, what the fuck? Who are these people? Why am I here?
Dude, I watched an old episode of Scooby-Doo, and he goes, we're going to have a sandwich, a sub sandwich, and then it cuts to a sandwich shaped like an actual sub, and the audience goes, ha, 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 ha. I was like, fuck you guys. You know that shit ain't funny.
The biggest thing, too, though, is just... Yeah, the biggest thing, too, though, I mean, Anthony, to answer your question, I feel like it's not going to die as long as they continue to evolve with the times. Like, I mean, the last one that was really intense, too, on top of what I just said about Elaine and her new show. But Louis C.K., before he did the Louis show on FX, he did his own sitcom.
Oh, yeah.
And it was completely, like, super rated R. Like, there were sex scenes, he was talking shit, saying racist slurs, violence... I mean, it was an intense fucking show. Yeah,
it was Louis before Louis, essentially. So.
Pretty much.
Oh man, this comedy has great action scene. That guy got shot in the fucking head, man.
Yeah, I mean, like they didn't mind offending gay people, women, black people. It didn't matter. Like, I mean, this show was intense. Like, it just like, and it got kicked off after one season because it pissed off. Actually, it actually went viral because he went on The View and just started talking shit about like the girls on The View, saying, "Oh, it's too sexual," and blah blah blah, and he just went off on everybody. Louis C.K. did. So it's just kind of like. They just need to evolve in this sense. I think they're doing that though, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's just like not as many. Like I said, when we was growing up, like Julie had mentioned it, like Home Improvement, Accord in the Gym, Kings of Queens, Everybody Loves Raymond. It was just like a lot of those
time where every comedian had a fucking comedy show.
It was just like so many.
But also, a lot of those shows went away because a lot of what we listen to and watch moved to HBO and Cinemax and Showtime and AMC and you know all those channels that could do things in long form and didn't want to have a studio audience because they might be filming on location for everything. And so, yeah, you lose a lot of that by taking that for the dramatics. And it took comedies there with it. I mean, Netflix has a bunch of comedies on there that you could normally think you would see with like a laugh track because of the studio audience. We just don't have that anymore. There's no need for it.
And the biggest thing, too, to end us off as well, Anthony, I mean, and you can tell your point at the end because it's not going to have nothing to do with the fuck I'm about to say. But the thing is, and it's funny because, like, we accidentally had everything just connect right now. I'm like, oh, my God, natural segues. Holy shit. This is, like, the first time in NCAA history. Because the one thing is looking over here, and I told you about this recently because I was the only one nerding out in our private chat thingy, but Roseanne is back. It's coming back to ABC in, I think, early 2018 with the original cast. And I don't know who the fuck's laughing. Fuck you. Is that you? Yeah, fuck you, man.
I just remember we had this conversation. Do you remember what the name you were going to call the show?
No. Roseanne. Oh,
Like,
Rosanna.
Fuller House, I call it Rosanna.
That's the thing. It's just like it really sucks. Like, because Roseanne bringing that show back, because didn't that show end off like on a really depressing?
No, here's the thing with that. They just announced they're going to retcon that last season because nobody liked that last season. So
okay.
Oh man,
so
Days of Future Past is when they're gonna go back from like the future.
yeah,
and,
no,
like,
pretty
change
much because they explained that they're like,
It's all a
well,
dream.
you know, people like John Goodman more than Roseanne in that show because he was the one who did the Emmy nomination. So it's like, if you don't have John Goodman, you don't really have the show. So instead of letting him die, they're gonna rewind that last season back to that point where he had the heart attack and then pretend like that never happened. Well, at least the heart attack probably happened, but then it's just going to continue forward as if the rest of the stuff didn't happen.
Yeah, and that's what Tay was asking too. I'm glad you brought that up because Tay was like, "Well, how did it end?" And it's like, "Yeah, well, apparently, like, the boyfriends were swapped, you know, and Mark was dating Darlene."
I think John Goodman died, and she became a widow, and I think she became a writer or something.
Well, the thing is that the end of the previous season, he had a heart attack, and then for some reason they won the lottery. A bunch of goofy stuff happened, and then it was all revealed to be a dream from a book that she'd written where he actually died before he got the heart attack. So
yeah, and they never won the lottery or anything. Like all that.
Yeah, and then it turns out he actually moves over to a state, and a nuclear annihilation happens. He goes underground, and then
nerdy ass shit.
I'm
I know that was a
dead.
joke, but I don't know what fucking movie it is. So
no,
I
it's Cloverfield Lane. I was trying to say like that. It's gonna lead into Cloverfield Lane.
No, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and here's the thing. Like, I feel like this is the first of many. Once this is gonna succeed, and you know it fucking will, man. John Goodman is great. So is Roseanne Barr. And once this actually whoops ass, I'm gonna see, dude. Actually, Kevin James already returned with Carrie Heffernan or Leah Remini, whatever the fuck, and they did like a King of Queens like reuniting or what do you call that?
No, Kevin Can Wait, that new one.
Because he has a new sitcom.
Yeah, and they did like a little like, you know, like, hey, see, King of Queens, you know, the whole thing, reunion. But yeah, I feel like all this shit is gonna come back at some point. Plus, Ray Romano, I don't know how the fuck he's making money. He needs to come back doing something.
Dude, Ray Romano, he's building on some movie cred. Like he's gonna be in that new The Big Sick movie, and everyone says he's awesome in it. So.
Oh, nice, hell yeah. So I'm fucking hyped, dude. I love Roseanne. I fucking all that stuff, and I know this is about, you know, That's So Raven or what's it called again? I don't know.
Who cares?
No, like Raven's Home. I think that's the name of the new
Raven's
show.
Home or the Imaginary Friends.
Yeah.
Raven's Home for just one season.
Dude, I want to see Raven Simone chasing her imaginary friend throughout it, just like Blue, what you doing?
No, and I will say this, just really closing off points of sitcoms and stuff like this. The whole laugh track thing, I really like. I don't almost think it's almost like used as a crutch for like telling jokes. Oh, you're supposed to laugh at this joke because you notice a lot of those comedies don't use a lot of visual humor. So with shows like Community and those ones actually diving into the visual,
you know why? Because it really is about the money. You know, because a lot of TV shows are expensive to produce, and the easiest way to make profit is to make shows that are all about dialogue and people sitting in chairs. So
that's the main reason that all those Hanna-Barbera cartoons repeat the background. It's not because of laziness, it's because it was fucking expensive to animate in this country back then.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only thing too. Is just like when they do bring these shows back, like you said, just evolve with the times and do a little bit more visual humor instead of just relying so much on dialogue. Because I know that's why a lot of people say comedy is dead in movies and stuff like that, because you really don't rely on visual jokes. That's why what's the name? Everybody's up. What is his name? Edgar Wright's ass up so much because he does a lot of visual humor and stuff like that. So, which I agree.
Comedy's dead because people are way too sensitive today.
Well, also, comedy's kind of dead because
people keep saying that, but there's funny shit all over the place.
Well, you say that like people are sensitive, but then you got motherfuckers saying that they house niggas. So it's just like I don't know.
Anyway, moving on.
Wow.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, I will move on to that. I'm glad that was a nice segue. I appreciate that. But one thing I need to just bring this up because you guys talking about fucking comedy being dead. Man, gaming for me, Alan, I'm just taking advantage. Like I was gonna say this, but I'm like, dude, while you're here, I don't know if we gotta leave later on, so that we need to bring this up. You know what I'm about to say. Let me just guess. What topic?
Honestly, it's you. Something had a patch.
No, something's gonna need a fucking patch because I'm sick of this shit.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up. Okay,
dude, I'm so like okay.
Wait. Friday the 13th game is too popular?
No, it's an excuse, Justin.
It's not an excuse.
That's a bullshit excuse.
It's actually not an excuse. So I was reading into this because I heard about this a few days ago. And what happened was, so the Friday the 13th game was a Kickstarter, and anyone that's bought it knows there's a bunch of connectivity issues, especially on Xbox One. I know Ganj has been kind of pissed off the last couple of days because he hasn't been able to log on.
It's actually only the consoles. The PC's working 100% fine now.
Okay, yeah, they've been working on the issue, but apparently one of the biggest issues is they had no fucking idea how popular this game was going to be. This is a Kickstarter game with 12,000 backers, so they stress test their servers to fit 30,000 people. The thing is on release date, 70,000 people were trying to get onto a server that could only hold 30,000 people.
And then on the second day, it was over 1 million, I think.
Yeah, because they had no
and on
fucking
third
idea.
day, God created the light. Like, God fucking.
Well, no,
And
one
on the
of those things
fourth
where
day, he made marijuana, and
it's
ganja
one
was
of those things
pleased.
where it literally was too popular. They had no idea. They were small. They're like 12 people. They're a small development studio, indie creator making this online only game that they had no idea would be this massively popular.
Alan,
Fair
I would understand this if it wasn't for every fucking game that comes out. This shit doesn't work. Every single game in 2017 has not worked right away. I'm sick of this shit.
I'm kind of 50-50 on this because in some cases I can agree with you, Ella. Like, yeah, they do this. Like, nobody can atone for these like type of server issues. Like with Mortal Kombat, you have server issues. Even though they patched it, nobody can understand the sheer amalgam and the volume that just traffic those servers are going to get. So they always got to update them. I know when the first days of Minecraft, they had to always constantly update those servers, especially considering Java is a piece of shit, considering that it's not really stable. But at the same time, it's just like the sheer volume of just people just going on the servers. You can't prepare for that. But at the same time, what Nick is saying, yes, they using this patch shit as an excuse to just release games.
Okay,
it's just
I'm
like,
defending
just release it. We're just
here.
gonna fix it later.
Understand what paradox of
hold on.
universe we live in. I'm defending indie games.
Alan, let me get in there real quick because you're always the main guy fighting for video games. I'm actually on both sides with this one. For Nick is right. For example, I fight with you all this time. Mass Effect Andromeda is the perfect example of what Nick and fucking Anthony are talking about. Something being rushed and put out way too fucking soon and just being patched now as it goes along. Now, what happened with the Jason game is an online features. The problem with online features is they did not prepare for the large number of people that were going to come onto their servers. Because one, they're indie studio, they can't probably buy enough servers off the bat. I wouldn't be surprised we find out later that they bought all these servers with the money that's coming in from Steam and all these other places.
That's what happened.
But here's the thing, though. They could have easily solved this thing with adding AI bots to the game. So you could at least have played a single-player match either as Jason or the counselor and played against AI. That's my problem with a lot of these multiplayer games. They're cutting corners where they can at least have some people enjoy their product while they wait for the service to turn on.
Yeah,
but again,
I mean, you make a point and everything, but like, here's the thing, Alan. The thing that I'm frustrated on is I'm sick of them literally lying. Like, dude, there's no stats when I scrolled down this whole time when Ganja was talking. I was scrolling. There's no numbers here. I mean, except for 13.
This is the link because I heard this from another news source. So that was the link, but a lot of that information I was talking about is from the Kickstarter page of how many backers they had and how often they were stressed. And apparently, like unlike a lot of other developers, they're on their Facebook and Twitter every day talking to people. They've been fixing a lot of the issues. That's why Ganja's saying it's a lot better now. But again, this is a thing they had. Nobody could have known this would happen. Like nobody had any idea that. Oh, this game we made that only 12,000 people bought, 1 million people just bought it after the fact? That's something nobody had any idea. When you talk about Mass Effect Andromeda, Injustice, a bunch of the other multiplayer games, or Street Fighter, for instance, not working, those are AAA developers. They have no fucking excuse. But these guys are like a group of a room full of people the size of this call made that game.
And the only reason it really got made is because Anna Sessler was the biggest face on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they just put his fucking name on there. Just people like, oh, he's one of us guys. Yeah. And here's another thing.
Probably.
Like, I gotta bring Allie into this because the thing is, I always argue with her about multiplayer and like doing other things like action games and whatnot. I don't like story. Holy shit! If she was playing, if this was like Uncharted or something had story mode, she would still be able to play it. I mean, I can't even argue with the fact that, like, this is just multiplayer only, dude. And, like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, I mean, Allie, like, is there any point of view that you want to play this game at all? Because, like, oh, shit, it's Jason.
I mean, I was really, when Ganja was playing it the other day, and also the high score, and, like, from what I saw, it looked really fun, but, of course, with all these server issues, it stopped me from getting the game.
Yeah. Which is kind of like, and it's not even that expensive. Like, how much was it, God? Like $40 or something?
No, I think it's like $30 for Steam.
Okay,
it's 40, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, Ruthless. You brought up a good point in the chat too, because I was talking to one of the toasties that was saying like, man, I'm just like really into the game, and even Skull is even saying it in the chat too, like this game really doesn't have longevity, so they might need to boost up their servers for now, but like let's actually see how long they actually stick on and stuff like that, because like you said in the chat, Ruthless, look at Evolve or Dead by Daylight, how long those games actually last. Like these type of games really aren't that popular for very long. So that's the thing. It's just like they do this now, put the patch in now, and then by like probably like a month from now, like around December, probably November, even if that long, we're not even gonna be talking about this game.
Well, I haven't looked
That's
it
the
up. If you
thing.
want to
I
add
can
it.
argue that because I actually have played it several times since I purchased it, and to me, it's one of those fun games that you could get boot up for like a quick 1 hour, 2 hour match, and it's very easy to pick up and play. And I'm noticing, I don't know if it's only on the PC, but the community is very helpful. Like I was in very few gaming communities where I met people actually helping each other, going out their way to talk to each other, and it's one of those communities that are actually building around this. So if that keeps going, you're going to see it become. It's going to teeter off in popularity, but it could easily be like Ark or one of these online games that you always have people playing no matter what, because they have a certain community with it. My only problem is like when it comes to content, it's going to have to add more content. It's going to add more stuff from the Jason movies, or it's going to have to bring on other characters from different horror movies. Now, Dead by Daylight, that's 100% fucking boring. I tried to play that with 90s, and we would play our private matches, and we wouldn't have fun doing it. It's just us playing.
Yeah.
Whereas Jason, they give us more chances to get away. Like Ruthless, you were saying that it's kind of overpowered to play Jason, but that's the thing. You have to work together. This is one of those games that if you really want to experience 100%, you have to work together with the fellow teammates, because you guys can actually pick up weapons and knock down Jason for a little while and get away if you work as a team.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like, it's just for me personally. I mean, this reminds me. Honestly, I think this game should be called Friday the 13th Go. like, it just reminds me of like that fucking trendiness
No,
of
it
Pokemon Go.
honestly, this to me kind of does sound like Pokemon Go, because when that first came out, that was such a huge, phenomenon, and the servers didn't, they couldn't handle it, because for like the first couple days, you could not get on. It was really hard for you to load up and actually go catch Pokemon, and it would crash and all this stuff. And then they had to actually take out some of the things they had in there, like the Pokemon tracker and stuff, which pissed off a bunch of people. But you play it now, and there aren't really that many issues, because there aren't as many people on it, because the servers aren't as stressed out. So I wonder if the same thing happen. You just don't know, though.
Yeah. And to Gotcha's point earlier, he was saying, this game is more interesting and fun to play. Fine. Evolve is a very fun game to play when you have the people to play it with. It's also free now, and they still can't get anybody to play it, because that's what happens. These online games will go for 3 to 4 months, and after everyone gets bored, they go, I want to go back to something else. Whether that's go back to things like Overwatch, whether that's go back to, whatever sports games that came over to play, whether that's a new Call of Duty release. It doesn't matter what they go back to. They always leave these games because there's nothing else to do. All you have is the online component. And that can work for some games, but it doesn't work for all. Like, is anyone still playing For Honor? Anyone?
That's a good question.
Anyone? I didn't think so. Yeah, exactly. And Gotcha was saying, hey,
in my defense, I thought that game was stupid.
Everybody's like, I had fun playing the game on Friday the 13th. Yes, I'm sure you did. But you also are going to be playing that with friends, and when they get bored, just like you, they're going to leave. Because it's only been out for a week and a half. If you've been playing the beta, like I've been playing the beta, I played the beta. I was playing it for a while, and I'm still bored by it.
Yeah.
While Dead by Daylight's getting every killer on the planet that is not Jason, and they can't keep people playing it either.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. For Honor, though, man, like, here's another thing, too, I want to bring up really quick. And, I mean, I'm going to make this a long thing because it's just me fucking ranting. But it's like, one issue I also had, too, is Jason, the whole thing is, like, the gore, right? Like, just the whole, like, ooh, look at these badass fatalities this fucking thing got. But then it's like, I've seen so many more creative, like, sword kills and machete kills in For Honor, where it's like, I'll just, like, sit there and watch a whole highlight reel of just, like, constant kills. And, oh, look at it. It's a human boner. But, yeah, I was like, what the hell? I don't know.
I expected you to start shitting on For Honor, but now you're on my side. This is great.
Yeah, that's okay, because I'll talk shit in a minute. No,
damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know enough about it to talk shit. But it's just like, I'll watch For Honor videos and just, like, watch a whole playlist of just kills. And the Jason thing, it's like, yeah, you guys are late, dude. Like, I've seen worse on GTA 5, Evolve, Doom, fucking everything. And, like, now you want to do it? It's like, I don't know. Even Until Dawn does a whole Friday the 13th, like, sex and then get killed during sex, whatever the fuck thing. Until Dawn does it better than this fucking game, because at least Until Dawn has a story. Like, I mean, it's barely a game, but, like, it has a story, for fuck's sake. Like, it's just...
Until Dawn is a visual novel more than it is a game, honestly.
Yeah, no,
it's a choose your adventure novel.
Yeah.
No.
It's a better version of a Telltale game.
But I think what he's getting at is just, like, it's a game about a guy, a series where he's killing people in elaborate ways, and there's not elaborate ways that he'll die in. I think that's really what Nick's getting at. But again, like, this is something that if the player base does continue on, like something like the Rainbow Six Siege on PC, that like doesn't have a giant following, but it has a small enough following or a large enough following that they can just keep releasing shit all the time, and people still come back to play it, even though all that game is you two sides defending a bunch of people or attacking a bunch of people. It's as much how can you keep the people coming back is the most important part of these games.
And the biggest thing, what's funny about making people keep coming back, the thing is, like, the Call of Duty and Halo communities, we always played the Jason game or the Michael Myers game, where basically you mod an infected match or round or whatever, and someone plays the Michael Myers song like in your headset or your microphone, and then it's the same thing as what we're talking about right now, Friday the 13th. And it was so much more fun, and I literally played Advanced Warfare like 2 weeks ago, and they're still playing it like that. They're not playing Dead by Daylight. They're not playing Evolve. They're playing that shit because it's better. Like, and this is Call of Duty. Like,
yeah, personally, I like it when it's not just one enemy you go after and like a group of people, but I like it when it's a group of people and you going after a zombie or like a horde of people, like horror modes. Like, that's the one reason I really love
I prefer horror modes over anything else.
I really love horror modes because, like I said, it's like a group of NPCs. You can like throw in like a few surprises in there and stuff like that can just throw us off. Say what you will about the Call of Duty franchise, but that's one of the reasons why I do like playing the zombie modes, because it's just you can get a bunch of friends together, local or multiplayer, over line, and just kill zombies and just have like some beers or some apple juice or some shit and just have a good night.
I'm with you. I hate Gears of War more than anybody, but Gears of War 2 is the best horde mode ever made.
I thought you were gonna say I agree, man. I love fucking apple juice, man. It's just delicious.
But no, Gears of War 2 horde mode is one of the best horde modes ever. I wish I could play it right now.
I know, man. No, by the way, get Gears of War 4. So fucking good.
I'll buy it right now.
Oh no, it has the best horde mode ever. Because trust me, my last favorite one was Gears of War 2. I'm telling you, this shit's amazing.
Okay, I'll save some pennies.
But you know what wasn't amazing though? It's time to bring it up. I know Anthony gave a good segue earlier, and I probably just stuck with that one. But let's just
wait. Before we say that, hi Julie.
Hey Julie, how you doing?
Hello. How are you doing?
Damn, Justin, slow down the thirst.
Just saying hi to a girl.
Just stop everything. I'm like, okay.
Hold on, there's another girl on the call.
Well, that's fine.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
I think you need Gatorade for that thirst quest right
Is
there.
you referring? Yeah, I don't know if he's referring to his dick or like the situation that she's in here. It's a big deal. Come on.
That's fucking funny.
It's a big deal.
I'm sorry, Justin. That was fucking funny.
No, don't worry, Justin. It's not a big deal. Trust me. But hey.
Hold on, I'm gonna quench this thirst right now. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Julie, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I know. I'm just playing, Julie. It's nice to see you again. So, there we go.
Nice to see everybody too. Hello.
All right, no, moving on. Wait, hold on. Hey, Julie. Hey, hi. How was your day?
That's creepy.
You just turned to a gremlin?
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, main reason we're all here. Go on, Nick. What are we talking about?
All right, no, sorry. But no, people today. Shut up, Anthony. I need you. You're black. I need you for this.
Anthony does this where if he finds something funny, he'll laugh for like 10 minutes straight. It's the most infuriating thing in the world.
And it's awesome.
Yep, and we lost him.
Honestly, Nick, you might as well just move on. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, please move on.
Yeah, so Bill Maher is racist.
Bill Maher's
that's
not
what it
racist.
was. We
Bill
segued
Maher's
from
an idiot.
that to this. Come on.
Oh man. No, well, what happened today? Oh, by the way, hey Julie. But no, so we
Jesus.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing, man. Bill Maher is always saying some shit. I mean, even that religious movie, I would think that people would get mad at him. I know, like, most of America doesn't believe in God at this point, but it's like he's always trying to start some shit with somebody, man. Like,
it's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. Like, I mean, because I don't even know what to say. Like, I mean,
something I fucking hate this guy so goddamn much because he's not one of those people that it's like, you believe in something? Oh, that's fine. No, I have my own beliefs, yada yada yada. He goes, oh, you believe in God? You're a fucking idiot. What do you mean you believe in Jesus? You're a fucking moron. Anyone that believes in religion is a fucking 2-year-old. That's his entire career, is insulting people that believe in anything else and not even trying to be in any way, shape, or form. Like, he doesn't have to be respectful if he doesn't believe it, but insulting or demeaning people. average people for being religious is something I fucking hate about this guy.
Can
And they showed the clip on the website here. He's just talking to some senator, and the senator's like, "Hey, you should come work in the fields with us, yada yada." And he decides to just do some racist fucking humor because he has nothing else besides fucking shocking people.
No, and that's the thing. Like that's what I like about me is he's always trying to piss people off, and I don't know what the fuck his deal is. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, no, wrong guy.
You're not fucking wrong there, Miss DS.
Wow.
And there goes my second gig.
like I said, it's always about these political figures or people like on the TV shows. And granted, that's probably their job to push buttons and stuff like that. And I'm even a little bit more mad at the audience rather than the actual Bill Maher, because did y'all hear his reaction? They was just clapping after. They was just like,
No,
he said
it was
it.
like
He said it.
some
Yeah.
people clapped, some people groaned, but like it's just like they kept going without like actually acknowledging it. It's like, you know what you just fucking said? It's kind of inappropriate.
Like, of course I do.
All right, so you
This
guys are being nice
after
about this.
that was just like he didn't know how to react. His guest was just like, "What?"
Yeah, apparently
Y'all are being too nice about this. Let me earn my nickname for a second.
Oh.
Fuck
Oh,
Bill
okay.
Maher and
Please
this
don't.
fucking show. I hope he gets fired and hope they cancel Real Time. Bill Maher hasn't been actually funny since before the planes hit the towers in 2001. Ever since then, he's been on this
Holy
fucking
shit.
rampage about how Islam is all that's wrong with the world, and basically has decided that since he fucks black women, he gets to say the N-word. Fuck him.
Wait,
Wait, is that the case?
Basically, ever since he started dating black women, that's where all the shit's come from. But beyond even the stuff that he said, he's painfully unfunny and hasn't been funny in a comedy special in at least 10 years.
No, in his show, okay, did I not? Okay, so since we've been doing MCA, Anthony, have I not complained about this motherfucker's show when he brings somebody on and he just argues aimlessly for no fucking reason, and then everyone's talking over each other? He has no fucking like host capabilities. He never fucking like has any control over the people that he has on. He has no good questions. Man, it's the most.
I'm
empty
still
fucking
just stuck on when Ruthless just said, "Motherfucker hasn't been funny since the planes hit the towers." Like, shit.
Damn, that
I
is
don't elaborate on what
Fuck.
you're saying.
At the time, you're coming off of Politically Incorrect, and he's still fairly funny in the late 90s and beginning of 2000s. After 2001, he turns into this, all right, I'm a liberal, but I also want to be a dickish comedian, so let me find a group to attack all the time. And whenever it comes down to it, it is always Muslims, for no other reason than he needs somebody to go after. Then he tries to act down with black people. Hey, you know, I date black women, so I can say this shit too. No, the fuck you can't, Bill. Chill.
Yeah,
I
by
will
the
say
way,
this.
How about you go write some fucking jokes?
Just to show people what we're talking about, by the way, because I mean, we haven't been too like we're just talking shit on him. Basically, while I'm just gonna reread this whole fucking article. It says, while discussing the state of Nebraska, the guest Senator Ben Sasse, what a fucking name, he tells him, "We'd love to have you work in the fields with us." And he says, "You know, work in the fields, Senator. I'm a house." And here's the thing, though, he could have just said he's white, like. Yeah.
No, and that's the thing. And I know you're trying to play devil's advocate because he's always trying to be rational, but Skull is trying to play devil's advocate. Like, why are we getting mad at a joke? And it's kind of like a problem I always sometimes have with like just like in our inner circles too. It's just like, granted, if it's just a joke, but sometimes you can use that shit as a shield or a guard to be like, oh, it's just a joke, so I can just say any mean thing I want to say because it's just a joke. I can just hide right behind that. No, motherfucker, if you say inappropriate things or mean things, there are consequences for those saying those mean things. No fucking.
I will.
No fucking
can I?
way.
Can I? Okay, let me. Because there's. I think he also has some heat on him too. Because he had all the alt right guy, Mio Yiannopoulos, whatever the fuck his last name is. He had him on the show, and he didn't really even like push to kind of get into him of like why he believes these things, these horrible things that he believes in my honest opinion.
I'm going to say this. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead, Justin. You can interject.
Well, because me also, I come from I am conservative leaning, and I have friends who are even more conservative leaning compared to me. And the only defense I can say is that compared to a lot of people who will just automatically, I don't like Yiannopoulos. I've never thought he was good, anyways, as a conservative. But Bill Maher, at least on the surface, pretends to allow people to talk about things. It's like I've seen him in discussions with things, even like people like Ann Coulter and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, I don't agree with them. I don't think I agree with any single point they've said. But I respect anyone's right to be able to have a belief, even if I largely disagree with them, except for religious people, clearly. But it's just it's that problem I have too with Bill Maher. And my thing is just that he's just smug. That's always been my problem with him. Is that him and Seth MacFarlane have that same issue where like you said, they have such an inflated sense of ego because of who they become as this figure of, like, I'm the politically incorrect guy. I mean, I don't know if that's wrong with Jenny as well, but
he kind of symbolizes to me like the worst kind of liberal, like we've been seeing more and more of now. The kinds of liberals, because I say I'm more liberal leaning than most people that I know and that are around here, because I live in a very conservative area of the state.
Oh yeah.
But he's the worst kind of liberal that he can take on all this stuff, like, oh, because I date black women. Oh, because I am a liberal, I can do all this stuff. It's like, no, you have to treat people with respect. And that's why we're getting these like fringes. You're getting the alt right, and I think we're starting to get now an alt left in a way, with all these
starting to get. We've had that for a while.
Crazy liberals that are
Well,
not.
first of all, you're
thinking.
getting alt left and alt right because middle ground politics is not working in America, and it's just kicking the can further down. That's why you have the two extremes starting to appear. I've been listening to you guys here for the whole time, and my problem is you guys seem to forget this is a comedy show. And my only problem with him making the N-word joke is because he took a pause to it. When he actually made the I'm a house nigga joke, if you listen closely to it, because I actually rewind this because I knew this was going to blow up after I watched it live. He takes a pause and he thinks about making it. That's his problem. He doesn't just jump for the joke. He thought about it. So that gives you guys wiggle room to say, oh, well, he knows what he was doing. He was trying to be shocking for the sake of shocking. And that's kind of what he was doing. When you take a pause like that, you're just thinking of the consequences like, fuck it, I'll do and see what happens.
Yeah, and in any other situation, I might give him that much credit. But this is the same, quote, comedian who said about Wayne Brady, I'm blacker than Wayne Brady. Fuck him. He said that on the same show.
Wow.
And when that happened, Wayne Brady responded and said, you don't get to determine my blackness. He acted as if he had said nothing wrong. He made no apology for it. So, no, I don't give Bill Maher a pass for saying this shit, even under the guise of it being a joke. This is not one of those situations where you get away with being, all right, this is comedy, let me let it slide. Louis C.K. has made jokes where he's used the N-word before as well. But I also knew Louis C.K. is making a joke that has a larger point, and I'm going to let him slide for this because I understand what he's doing. It isn't just a joke. This is not just a joke situation.
Oh, yeah. I don't get why you mean it's not a joke situation because it has no outcome. He wasn't pushing a belief that all white people should be in the house. Like, I don't get this. Like, it wasn't a joke. He has no political point to the satire. It's a joke. It was an offhand joke, and you guys are basically blowing up like the people you guys hate when you say, "Oh, comedy's dead." This is exactly an example of it because you guys react like this.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's necessary.
Is that
Bill Maher's in a situation where he's talking to a guy who is basically saying, like, in Nebraska we don't have the same issues, and he basically doesn't have a lot of adults, dressing up for Halloween, and then the representative says, you should come to Nebraska, work the fields with us. He's basically saying, come to Nebraska, check out what we do in Nebraska, and work these massive farms and whatnot, and learn about the difference in maturity of adults. And he says, no, work the fields. No, let me make this joke here because I need to make the joke in the serious disagreement with a conservative. Like, miss me with that bullshit. Entirely.
It's a comedy show. That's the thing. It's a talk show, but it's a comedy show. He saw a chance to make a bit, and he went for it. As soon as he does a comedy show, that's what he's gonna do.
No, but he's doing shock humor though. That's the thing. That's about me. But go ahead, Anthony.
No, I understand it. Like, yeah, it is context, and I granted people get let Louis C.K. I remember it was like the whole, Oscar so white thing, and pretty much Chris Rock was just pretty much making jokes about white and black people. It's just like, oh, he gets away with doing it because he's.
But even then,
it was just like, yeah, people was letting him get away with it. People was letting Louis C.K. get away with it because it's the context and stuff like that. But I'm in the camp that you shouldn't say certain things because it's just like, if you got to rely on those jokes in order to be funny, then you're really not trying to be clever at all. It's just like, just say something else. Like, it's probably.
But then again, that comes to how the comedian thinks about his jokes. This is my problem. People are like, well, it's not funny to me, so therefore you shouldn't perform it. For example, he made that joke there. He could probably make that joke in the same audience in a different place, and they will kill. This is my problem here with context. You guys are always like, oh, well, you shouldn't make jokes as a fan because it's you guys hanging on low standard fruit. Maybe he just likes enjoying that humor, and that's how his mind works, and that's how he comes across. This is my point with Nick when he gets on people with shock humor. Some people like to shock. That's the same thing when you were in kindergarten, when you would saw somebody go, oh, I'm going to grab this lizard quick. And he grabbed the lizard and he make a Kermit voice and you guys would laugh at that.
I'm literally talking about the problem is the context, not just the statement by itself. Like, if he's just making the joke, if he's at a comedy, he's filming his comedy special and making the joke. It's like, okay, I get what he was saying in this joking fashion, and there's a different context for it. In this show, there is literally no reason to make that joke there,
Yes,
and there are
is,
1,000 different ways he could have made it.
He does
Bullshit.
skits where he talks about new rules, dumbest Republicans, dumbest Democrats, and he does skits with it, and it's all comedy based. This is my problem. People want it to be 100% political, but it's actually based around comedy as well.
Comedy is an excuse to say whatever the fuck you want. It's like, well, it's a joke, bro.
Yeah, it's just
because you don't know where good jokes and bad jokes come out of, man.
Like that is the most.
One at a time. Because all I gotta show one thing. All I gotta show you is one thing, dude. Because Kramer, this was in a comedy club. And he says, "You're an N-word. You're an N-word. I'm gonna hang you up like you're an N-word." And
no, here's the thing with
that
he just went. He went too far. That was the problem. Like he just kept going.
I'll explain this. Hold on, Nick. I'll explain this because I've seen this happen in comedy shows. For example, I went to LA and saw this happen. What happened to Kramer was he was bombing and he was looking for any kind of life rope to get out of that situation and get laughs. So he went straight for the racist. For example, I went to a comedy show in LA and this one dude was bombing so fucking hard that he got desperate and started making fun of women because there was a woman in the front audience that was talking shit about him. And the whole audience turned against him because that's what happens in comedy. If you are not doing jokes right and are just doing it to attack people, they will respond. This was a joke in context, and people are attacking him for that. This is my problem.
Yeah, it's just I feel like personally to me, and granted it's the whole sense of because I agree with you, like certain things you can't make a joke like, okay, you are being a little bit too sensitive on that note. But then again, when you say it's just a joke, that's the most cowardice fucking thing ever to me. It's just like, I can say any fucking thing I want as long as I just clarify that it's a joke. So I could just walk up to any random woman and just be like, hey, I'm gonna rape you. But it's just a joke.
Thanks, Phil, for putting up the actual transcript of what was actually said. I'm sorry. That's not the place for that. But read it again. Read it 1,000 times, people. You can see it as it scrolls to the chat on the YouTube channel. Like, in context, it is a entirely shitty thing to do. Out of context, it's even worse. So, like, you can make the argument that he's trying to do a comedic bit here. Fine. I wouldn't have minded him saying, I'm sorry, I work in the house, not the field. That would have been, still the same point has gotten across, and it's still funny. This isn't funny.
And this is like the fourth time that I've seen this, but like, that R right there, that's where I draw the line. Like, you could say the N-A, I mean, hey, I'm not the guy who makes rules about black racism because I'm not black. But, but it's just kind of like, yeah, when you say the R word, or, the hard R, you fucked up, dude. Like, that's like a little bit of like actual racism coming out on top of a joke.
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's something I'm hearing a lot of these newspaper sequence. I actually watched the show. He said the A word, if that makes a difference. It seems like all these headlines are trying to make it harder than what it is.
I'm actually curious. Julie, you have any?
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
Poor Julie. No, I'm just listening. I don't really agree with him. I think it's a really stupid idea that what he did. But I'm just sitting here listening to Ganja and Ruthless. Shit is intense. I'm just listen.
I think just he made a bad joke. Like it wasn't so much that it's just this most horrible thing, but it was just not funny. And I don't think he should get fired just because of the one joke. But he deserves to get complained about. Obviously, if people were upset about it, they have the right to voice it as much as he has the right to say whatever he wants in his open forum.
Exactly.
And one thing to bring up on Ganja's side with this, because I gotta bring this up real quick too.
If Kathy Griffin could get fired for what she said,
I didn't
Bill Maher should be up for the same shit. Don't treat anybody differently. If you're gonna be behind, and people were happy to watch Tommy Lauren get fired from the Blaze. People have been happy about this. I didn't say I was. I'm saying people have been happy about both of these situations happening. Then Bill Maher deserves to be held to the same.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not supporting for that either. Personally, I think people make mistakes. People do dumb things. And whatever Kathy Griffith or Bill Maher or whatever. People should judge. Obviously, they just make bad judgment. It was a bad call judgment on both parts. They should. We shouldn't just punish them forever for it. So.
Well, one thing I want to bring up too, because you brought up the thing with Wayne Brady, and Wayne Brady was all butthurt, like, "Hey, don't try to take my black card away." The whole thing. Here's the thing, that's taking it too sensitive because I do this shit to Anthony twice a day now. Like,
and then it's case by case too, because you can do it to certain types of people, but you make a racist joke to somebody like my mom, for instance, she'd be like, yeah, get the fuck away from me. So it's just you can only do it with certain, because I'm looking at the chat and like I'm saying, I'm glad that other people are defending the other side of the argument, but I guess Killer Mike actually had defended them saying this guy makes Jewish fat jokes, all these type of jokes all the time. So it's just it's just what he does. But I'm just I don't know. I'm just like,
Ellie,
I
what
just
were you gonna say, though?
I mean, I was gonna say that like to the defense is that like, that's a little bit different because you guys are friends. Like you guys are really good friends. You know each other very well. Whereas Bill Maher and who is it? Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady, yeah.
They don't know each other. Like
Yeah.
this is just
Probably
a
not.
stranger randomly saying like, "Oh hey, you don't have a like, you're not as black as I am, and I'm white." Ah ha ha. Like what? Who the heck are
But
you
to
say
be
that?
fair,
Like,
comedian.
But see, I find that to be like honestly, like just hearing that quote when Ruth said it, I laughed. I mean, I hid the laugh because I didn't want you to beat my ass and move your man. But like, but I mean, I was laughing at that.
But I do understand where he's coming from, even if like I don't think you should take extreme offense to it. It's still like a what the heck, dude? Like, what did I do to you? Like, like it's just random and like, okay, that was kind of uncalled for. You know?
I think like just to wrap, you gotta take like
Yeah.
no wrap it up. I'm trying to make sure I get the words right in my head.
All the white people are so scared.
Why else a fucking thing, Dick? Finish it off.
No, I'm scared too. I ain't black, dude. Shit. Look, Anthony, go ahead.
You gotta take the person who's saying it at the heart. Is this a random comedian at a club that wanted to make this joke and it just didn't go, or is this a person who spent his entire career making fucking shock humor? Like, it's Bill Maher. The reason people want to kill him is because that's all he fucking does. This is just par for the fucking course, but as usual, he's just doing shock humor. So it might be in the context of a quote-unquote joke, but this guy can't fucking tell anything that's not offensive or racial to get a laugh going. So that's one of the reasons people are pissed off a lot.
It's just so weird, and it's stupid that we like. It gets even exhausting that we gotta like pick and choose and break each individual time that somebody makes a joke of like, okay, that's fine. It's like you fucking in a tax office, and it's just like this joke is okay, this joke is wrong, this joke is okay. It's just like, god damn it, damn it, that shit's aggravating.
Just ignoring shit that you didn't like.
And it's like, holy shit, like it's bad that we even got to do that now. But
and it's happened twice this week now with the whole Kathy Griffin thing, and then now this. So,
Do you guys?
Like, we gotta fucking fact check jokes.
I was actually gonna like ask, do you guys think they were fair to fire Kathy Griffin?
No,
I don't think so either.
She barely worked there. I mean, I guess they kind of just said, yeah, you're not allowed in the building anymore.
I think honestly, because I've heard so many stories about how she is as a person. Like I'm sure Bill Maher with his white fucking staff members around, he's probably really cool to be around with. But Kathy Griffin is probably they're just waiting for something to fire her ass over. They're like, please do something bad on her.
I don't find her funny at all. Personally.
I read a really fascinating article, surprisingly, on BuzzFeed. I know. BuzzFeed actually has given some really good like in-depth stuff lately. It was an article about how she's kind of like the old class of comedian, how like they used to base their comedy on like sexism and stuff, because that's kind of how things were back in like the 80s and the 90s. Nowadays everyone's very PC, so when you pull this kind of shit, that's why we are get so butthurt over it. So
I've actually been really curious, like how does BuzzFeed actually get people to click on their stuff? But it works apparently. Like, that's awesome.
Fuck you.
Like Kathy Griffin, I wasn't as mad about just because Kathy Griffin's kind of made her career on being a younger version of Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers has always had, even though she had limits, she's always been generally offensive to everybody equally. And so this thing, I was like, this might have been too far. I don't know if that's like firing worthy, because it's not like she hopped up on CNN with this head. She just hopped up on her personal stuff with it.
True.
I mean, to be fair, she is advocating killing through the joke. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be for comedic purposes, but it's still, it's just as bad.
The exact thing.
like,
joke, bro.
Honestly, like
Yeah,
I'm probably against a lot of you guys. I think that they were kind of in the right for firing her, because even I know almost like all of us do not like Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
But no matter what, he is the president of the United States. You do not make a threat, like even if it's a joke, you do not do something like that on the internet, wherever the heck it was.
Yeah, to threaten to murder and decapitate him.
Yes, that is technically a threat to killing or harming the president. And you got to think about it, he has a family. Like, you gotta think about how his wife feels.
Fuck his family, Al. We don't give a shit about you.
She's got a family, damn it.
Dude, they're innocent in this. They didn't
Hold on.
No.
Whoa.
Let her speak.
No, Gandra.
Hold on.
No, how about you let me speak for freaking 1 minute?
Hold on.
No,
You're trying to defend this man's family when one, he's wasting all your tax dollars keeping his kid in private school in New York City. Two, he's passing laws against your future children in higher education, and you're gonna defend this man's kids? Really? Are you really gonna do that?
I never freaking talk over anyone. Can you just stamp all over me all the time? Huh? Is that it? What? Can I not have a word in for once? Dude, it doesn't matter. You know, at this point, they did not sign up to be the president. It was Donald Trump. But these are innocent, like this is an innocent child. Like for example, like his 10-year-old son or whatever, they signed up to be a part of this whole thing. They didn't ever sign up for this. So it's like, it's not fair for even if he is a crappy individual. I do agree with that. But if it was Obama, if it was anyone else who was president in the past, everyone would be like, oh my God, whatever. But because it's Donald Trump and everyone's just like, oh, we hate him so much. Oh, we'll let it slide a little bit, which I do get. But at the same time, it's the president.
Let me get my point right now, because you said that you would have been against them doing against Obama. I remember them making monkey jokes about his kids, and they were hanging Obama up like a lynching during the fucking Tea Party riots that were happening, because people like to forget that shit. Not only that, he's Donald Trump's kid. Guess what? A lot of these rich kids, just like Chelsea Clinton, get fucking groomed to take over the country. I wouldn't be surprised in 30 years this motherfucker runs for president. They're not innocent. Even fucking the wife is getting money to stay in New York City and being paid a lot of money just to stay there because the kid needs private school. Meanwhile, the best schools are in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but go ahead, Ellie.
I mean, still though, it's disrespectful either way. Like in Obama's case as well. Whoever did that stuff, it is. Yeah. Either way, like a leader, you don't joke around like that. It's just even if everyone unanimously agrees they do not like him, which obviously I freaking hate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like some things you just don't do in public like that.
And
especially
Allie,
someone who's a figure.
Allie, and I totally agree with you, but we live in a really fucked up world now where they pulled this shit with Obama, and so now people are pulling this shit with Trump, and we're honestly getting the fuck nowhere.
But that's why that's why she's saying though that you can't just do even though the world's fucked up, and it is, but it's like oh well it's fucked up, let's fuck it up more, let's like put blood all over.
I understand. I just
exactly.
I feel bad because I feel honestly bad for fuck Ivanka and Eric and them because they're adults, they can handle this, but poor Barron.
That's what I'm thinking about Barron.
Man, y'all care about this more than he cares about y'all.
But you can say that about a lot of people, Ganja, just because it's like, oh, I don't know that guy, so whatever. That's no excuse.
Well, this is my problem with politics. If someone makes a... Not Ellie, I keep pausing for you, and you keep stopping.
Go.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
No, this is my problem with politics, is people get angry and stuff about it when people are trying to make their opinions, and they try to smash it down to any point where everybody tries to get someone fucking fired. And you guys claim that politics are too extreme, when you guys are supporting someone getting extreme fired because of their political view. I mean, you guys want the solution, and you guys want to keep bragging about people not doing stuff.
This is going over the edge. You don't freaking hold a decapitated head of the president of the United States out in public like that. You can express your opinion. That's fine. We all do right here, right now. We just did. But doing that is taking it for she literally has a Secret Service on her butt now. I mean, that's kind of a serious matter. You don't joke about things like that, even if the person we all despise. It's just just do it in a different way. There's a way to do that.
And the biggest
it's
thing
just
too,
distasteful. It really is.
And Allie, the biggest thing too is, and I'm not trying to dogpile you or anything, because you make a couple good points too. But the thing is, this is what me and Anthony always talk about. We say, dude, the jokes, we can't go too far with the jokes. Jokes are jokes until you piss off Ruthless, until you piss off Allie, until you pissed off somebody. Jokes without rules, it's chaos, man. You can't just. That's why it's Bill Maher's in the same spot that fucking what's that white chick?
Kathy
Griffin.
Because people are trying to control what people's personal expressions are now for some reason.
But Louis C.K. did the same thing on Saturday Night Live. He got in trouble, and rightfully so, for making a joke about child molestation. Dude, he made a joke trying to pretend pedophilia should be fucking apologized for. Hey, you know what? If you really want to fuck something, just let him. It's not funny, dude. Pedophilia.
And it's not funny to you, but I'm pretty sure there's some people that laugh at it. And if it's not a bit that's successful with a general audience, he will go back and rework it. We don't always know where a good fucking joke comes out of. They all come in the same place.
So what, Ganja, are you going to sit there and say there's no subject matter on Earth that is taboo that you're not allowed to joke about?
Not really, because if we do that,
so I'm Islamic. I can just go and wear a bomb the entire show and be like, oh no, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, if you're willing to sacrifice the consequences for it, sure. Yes, your expression. That's you making your joke.
Yeah, but Ganja, your entire basis in this argument has been everything should be fine. Well, you're skating the potential consequences if you're going to say then okay, this person shouldn't suffer anything for saying this. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that because he's on a comedy show. If he was on CNN and said that to a random CNN host, I would agree with you, Ruthless, because that's out of context.
Real Time is not just a comedy show, and you know it isn't.
And it's not just a political show.
Exactly. So you have to have more limits in a situation like that than you would at a comedy special, like his comedy specials. He has done comedy specials where he has done at least as offensive material towards other groups. In those situations, I don't have the same issue with it. But Real Time's a different situation. You can't on the one hand say, well, no consequences to come because it's just a joke. And on the other hand say, well, they should be fine with whatever consequences come. And, you know, like, it shouldn't always be firing. Dude, sometimes that's what's got to happen.
Mom, Dad.
Tell me, Ganja, do you bleed?
Honestly, on a very special midnight chat attack.
Oh man, I was gonna say bye to Julie. She left. God damn it.
I'm out. All right. So we all got heated over this. I think, Nick, take it away. Next topic.
Hey, so if you guys could replace any movie role, actually, I would replace it with Donald Trump's head. But
if you could replace Donald Trump's head with any other actor, who would you put it on it?
Ronald Reagan.
I would replace it with Anthony's balls.
Come back now.
We all love each other. We all love each other. This is just a harmless debate. Even if we might get heated, I still love you, Ganja. I'm sure Ruthless, you still like Ganja. We're all good.
Of course. Ganja's like family. You know me and Ganja.
Exactly.
Cool.
We're all family.
That's why we got so heated.
Look what you did, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you know what? We should yell at Bill Maher for more.
That's funny because his face is like, damn, I didn't think I was going to start this.
Oh man.
Oh man, and Bug, shut up. No, but anyway. No.
She's not even the call, man.
I don't even know if she said anything in the chat for you to tell her that.
She just really wanted to argue with someone. She's like, oh, I missed out. God
Man,
damn it.
if Bugs was in this call too, it would be mayhem.
Oh boy.
I like that Donald Glover thing. Someone's gonna come back and just see everything on fire, and everyone be like,
seriously, it would.
No.
But yeah, so Top Gun though, like that sequel's coming out eventually.
That's a Raven.
Oh man, but no, people know. Seriously, I actually really like this question. It's from Deja, and I wish she was on so she could see how we fucking see each other. But like, Anthony, go read this for me, man.
No, it says if you could replace any movie role with a different actor or actress, who would it be and why? You know what? Me personally, and I know it was like a whole documentary about it, but I really would love to see that movie with Nicolas Cage playing Superman. I really want to see that. I don't care where it is. I want to see that.
No.
You would have had nightmares to this day. I guarantee you.
I'm so glad.
And here's the thing too. I'm gonna pull this up really quick because this motherfucker looks like an undead. Like I want to see him in an Injustice movie.
I want that to be a costume in Injustice 2.
Like corrupt Superman.
Because I would pay for that.
And get Nicolas Cage to voice that skin. You know, like...
No, actually, they can make this movie
He'll do it.
It'll be called Justice League 2: Days of Future Ass. Like this would be amazing, man.
Nope.
He looks. Here's the thing too, because he's
not even like that bad, honestly.
What? How?
Fuck you, Alan.
No. Before you jump
the
on
90s, that isn't that bad. It's bad, but not that bad.
This was taken a long time ago.
No, that fucking forehead is super, dude. Like, no,
okay, I'm not talking about his face. I'm talking about the actual costume because the colors, it pops out. I'm sure when they got some sort of like, camera and some sort of like any sort of special effects they would have had at the time, it would look a lot better. But I'm saying just as of like right now, minus his face, it's not a bad costume.
Here's the thing, though, man. I can't help. Like, I know I'm gonna sound gay. I'm not gay. I promise. But like, dude, his nipples are like really fucking showing through the costume. I can't. I can't, dude. No.
Alan, why are you looking?
It looks like he's wearing like a rubber leather outfit.
I don't understand.
Because I honed in, dude. He was like, "Hey," and then I'm just like, "Whoa!" And then like there it is, like nipple, dude.
Well, it is Tim Burton. So. No, that was Joe Schumacher.
There were a lot of nipples in the Batman movies and ass and
there's
stuff.
2 per person.
Just saying.
I'm sorry, man. That sucks that no one else laughed at that because I really enjoyed that joke.
I don't even know what either.
I'm glad you did, Nick.
You know, I know people are going to be really, really upset by this, but I honestly would have used Tom Hardy to play Batman instead of playing Bane.
Oh, why?
Because I really don't like because I never liked Christian Bale's Bat voice. I always found it funny. I didn't really find it intimidating, and I just feel like going with a much younger actor would have been more interesting because you had like Katie Holmes playing his love interest in the first movie, and I just felt like isn't Christian Bale old enough to be like close to her dad at this point?
Yeah, but they immediately got rid of her.
It was just weird. It was just weird. Like so, I would have preferred like a Tom Hardy in that role, a more unknown actor playing Batman to really grow with the role.
Christian Bale's pretty unknown, man. Like back at that time.
I didn't see that much of an age difference, at least like physically between the two. I mean, Katie Holmes just has that baby face, it's taken her till now to actually look more adult. but I didn't really see that much as an issue with their age. That was just me though.
I'm gonna let one other person go, and I'm gonna give mine because I'm trying to find this motherfucker's name. But Anthony, how about you, man?
Yeah, like I said, I had said,
Found out who broke the other toast to Anthony. Run!
Hey, Mama, what do you think
They're
about
coming for you, man.
No, but Nicolas Cage, like I said, is Superman. And it's kind of funny that you said that about Bane, because I actually thought Tom Hardy actually did, like, not the best Bane, but I think he did a good enough version of the Bane. Damn, I'm actually really thinking of people we already like mentioned just on past shows, like Idris Elba, which could still happen as James Bond. Like I would love to see that actually happen. God damn, it's really hard.
Though,
I got one too.
I'm gonna be completely transparent. I was just trying to fucking stall, but here we are. So this motherfucker, Terminator 3. I hate this man with all of my fucking heart. I hate this motherfucker.
Really?
Oh, you're gonna replace him with Hayden Christensen.
No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be a fucking man. And Edward Furlong, why not? It would make sense if he got fat.
Because he looks like he's holding in a fart right now.
He's a fart from the future, man.
It is true. When you're a cute kid, you become an ugly ass adult.
Yeah, look at what's that kid from Home Alone?
Okay, well hold on. For one, he would have did cardio. I think Terminator 3 would have easily made him out to be like very, very healthy. Fucking would have continued on his career. And a big thing though, dude, is like
cocaine's a hell of a drug though, Nick. I don't think you could have done it.
Damn. I don't know, man. I really. I'm just saying, dude. Like, and especially around this time.
I don't think that would have helped the movie, man.
He wasn't fat or anything around that time, too, though. Like, literally 4 years after that, or well, not 4 years. It was like fucking 10. But like 10 years after that, he was still doing movies and whatnot. He just, he didn't look as good. And I think he was like all like strung out on some fucking drugs or whatever, which would mean he's skinnier, which is perfect for the fucking screen.
Well, he was method acting for Terminator 3. He just took it too far.
That's fine. Oh man, but no, you're gonna really offend a lot of meth people.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the demographic.
Which portion of the show that watches the show is also addicted to meth?
Hey, meth people watching the show, make sure to itch that scratch, folks.
Justin, you said you had one, sweetie.
I did. It kind of doesn't seem as cool compared to what you just said, but this was one of those. Just a minor one. You remember thinking of Christian Bale?
Okay, now do that one more time.
Sorry, I know. Okay, yeah, I see. I stalled. The American Hustle with Christian Bale. I always thought Christian Bale was not a very good choice for that role. When he was in that, and I'm just like, well, if you want to do just kind of a, if you want to do just kind of a schlubby, chubbier actor kind of thing, just get Paul Giamatti. That would have been a way better acting decision.
That would have been good. And yeah, I didn't know he got this big. He looks pretty chunky right there, man.
Oh yeah, no, he put on like 40 pounds of fat for that role. Just like,
oh wow,
damn. If you asked me who that was, I would have said that's Matthew McConaughey.
Damn, like no way. That's just 40 pounds from where he was, dude. Like I need to hit the fucking gym like tomorrow morning. Holy shit, like that's sad.
No, that is, and like most of them, like I got another one too that just.
Oh,
popped
I
up
got
in my
one.
head.
I got one. He just passed away recently, by the way. A younger version of Roger Moore for Iron Man. I think that would have been amazing.
What?
James
GoldenEye
Bond.
guy. James Bond, yeah.
Yeah, James Bond.
If they made Iron Man like in like the 80s or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I honestly think he could have done it, or at least
Yeah.
played his
Captain
father.
America, yeah, but not Iron Man.
Or yeah, that's what I said. Or at least play his father, because I think he would have done perfect for that.
Yeah,
role.
I can see that. Maybe like, if he's what's the dad's name? Howard Stark.
Yeah, Howard.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Oh yeah, Howard Stark perfectly. Yeah.
Huh, that's actually a good one. No, actually the one, like I said, most of mine is like from like projects that kind of turned down the role that I would still like to just see what they would do with the role. But especially considering like this kind of role actually boosted up his career, so we might not even seen him if it didn't happen. But Will Smith as Neo,
I disagree
would
with
actually
that.
curious. I'm just really
I
curious what
100%
he did
disagree with that.
the role.
Yeah.
It's like he's got the charisma and like the charm. Like we've seen him do like in a lot of movies and stuff like that. I just really would have been curious
But
what he
the
would
thing
have
is,
added to the
Anthony,
role.
you're right. He has a lot of charisma. He's a great actor. He's all these good things. Neo can't be any of that. Neo's supposed to be this kind of weird loser that you're like, why the fuck are you the main character? The audience doesn't know why he's the main character. And the whole movie, everyone keeps telling him, you're the best man, you're the one, you're the chosen one. That's why that scene at the end, when he turns around and Morpheus goes, he's beginning to believe, is the best line in that movie, because the main character's starting to realize he's important. Will Smith can't act like a loser.
I only disagree with you because I've seen his more dramatic films, and I feel like between those performances and him in Men in Black, he'd have been fine. Like in Men in Black, the whole point is like he has no understanding of this world. And as he slowly gets an understanding of this world, he becomes really good with it.
So
I would have been fine with Will Smith there.
He's too charismatic for that ensemble because everyone else is downplaying their roles really much. Like, Lawrence Fishburne and Carrie Ann Moss and those people, like they're playing at such a mellow tone that Will Smith would have seen kind of out of place in comparison, I think. Like he's too happy, he's too peppy, even in his neutral tone.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you have any answers, Ellie, but I do want to bring something to your attention. If you don't, go ahead if you have anything.
Oh, yes. So, okay. This is going to be a comic book one.
No,
as like
I'm
everyone
sure.
else. But Lex Luthor, freaking,
anybody.
I do not
anybody
like
but
Lex
his
Luthor. I actually thought that Billy Zane would have been a really good choice.
Possibly.
In Batman vs Superman, yes, absolutely. I'm down with that.
No, but I feel he's played in Titanic. He was just like the despicable type of dude, and I just feel like he could, if they did it correctly, if they wrote him correctly, he could have been a really good Lex Luthor. See, he looks the part.
That looks so weird. He looks like he should be some rich kid's bodyguard.
When you see that like a cheerleader, like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Because I'm sorry, man. Like, I know that movie's not great, but I think that what's his face? Is that what? Oh god,
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg is actually he's like fine as Lex Luthor. He was just badly acted. I think in a much better movie he would have been fine. Dude,
the whole way he did his character was just like, I freaking hate this.
It's the thing that Jesse Eisenberg, he's not a bad actor. He was miscast. That's the biggest problem.
That's true. Exactly. He was miscast.
But one thing though, and this would have been miscast because this is what I wanted to bring to your attention, and I'm gonna test some trivia with you because I'm surprised I know this. It's actually me being a Robert Englund fan more so than a Star Wars fan. But did you know that Robert Englund was supposed to be Luke Skywalker?
For real?
Is that true?
You can even snub that shit.
Sure?
You can look it up. Oh yes. And the reason why I know for sure I'm not fucking around with her because like there's a bunch of pictures online of them saying like, hey, what have you became? Or maybe no.
That's
Han
not Luke.
Solo.
That's Han Solo.
That threw me off for a second.
No, my
God
bad.
damn it.
I messed up. Yeah, but no, he was supposed to be Han
Yes,
Solo.
you did.
He probably could have did that. Like,
Dude,
also,
no.
they were screening Kurt Russell, weren't they, as well for Han Solo?
No, they were also doing Christopher Walken and the guy from Magnum PI also.
Yeah. And
Tom
here's the other
Selleck.
thing.
Okay. Yes, yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I always
I'm
found
even
that
looking up a
weird.
young Robert Englund. I don't think so.
Dude, I just want to hear Luke Skywalker, like, Robert Englund saying, like, I want to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
I gotta tell you, dude, you gotta find a weird bitch to do that voice for. She will blow you like in no time. That fucking voice. Like,
Yeah, but would he enjoy it though?
No, yeah, just to be like, oh my god, I'm totally not allowed to do this, and I don't know what the fuck. But hey, another thing, that was ridiculous. But another big thing that I'm super hyped for because it's a rumor right now, and hopefully someone else has heard this too, and I'm not just talking shit. But Kevin Bacon apparently has been approached to play the new Freddy in the next Freddy Krueger movie.
What the fuck? They need another talented actor to reboot the franchise, have it fail, so they could do it again.
No,
ruin Jackie Earle
Bacon
Haley's
would be
career.
so fucking perfect, dude. And then it makes sense because Kevin Bacon was the very first dead person on a Friday the 13th movie. So it all comes together, man. It's a fucking universe.
Wait, so they're gonna combine the universes again?
No, thank you.
This is
No.
Do you not like Kevin Bacon?
Damn it.
I mean, Kevin Bacon's fine, but it's just like they need to just let this die with these reboots. It's just ridiculous. And especially because everyone loves the original Nightmare on Elm Street anyway. Like, what's the point of he made that role the way it is, Robert Englund. So like, what's the point of keep rebooting?
Yeah, what's the point? Never ever try to do it again. There's never been another Joker after Jack Nicholson.
No,
They've never tried it again and nailed it.
Like that series is done. Just let it just be. You know, some series just need to just stay where they are.
Hey, sweetheart, beautiful Ellie, what are you gonna watch next fucking December? Yes, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
That's not a reboot, though. It's a continuation of the story.
No,
yeah, it is.
No,
you and your freaking Transformers with freaking 5 movies. Like,
What you gotta say is the next, like, if the next Friday, the next Nightmare on Elm Street was Nightmare on Elm Street 15 or whatever, that's what she's getting at.
The Star Wars has so many more movies than fucking.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, when you count the prequels, it's only 8.
Players fuck up, bro. Okay, just hold on.
Wow.
You're gonna hear, folks.
Okay, let me say this though, just that Kevin Bacon is a good actor, and I don't disagree that we should see him in movies. He doesn't strike me as scary. He's more slimy, kind of icky sometimes, but he's not really menacing. You know what I mean? He's good at playing like lawyers, politicians, kind of scummy bad guys kind of thing. But Freddy needs somebody who is, an intimidating person. Because there's a guy who goes into your dreams and scares the crap out of you.
I'm so sick of that argument.
really
This
funny.
actor can't be intimidated. He's too busy, yada yada. Dude, the Joker for The Dark Knight was in 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm sorry.
I know,
if a guy's a
but
good
I'm just
actor,
saying-
he can do
I know. I'm just saying, just from my initial impression.
He's an actor. He can act.
Okay, right now, Paul's off.
I killed Justin's connection.
With that horrible acting, I knew it.
It's like, don't be fucking with my character.
That's the thing, though. And just one more, just throw one quick one out there. Like I said, most of mine is basically based on previous castings or whatever. But before he died, I would have really liked to see Chris Farley's Shrek, like just his version of it too.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's another one. Yeah.
Much love goes out to you for even saying that, because no one has said that shit. I always felt the same way, either him or Kevin James, which I still think Kevin James is actually Chris Farley, but just back from the dead.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Chris Farley was
I'm
funny.
a big fan of Chris Farley too, and I'm glad that Scott posted that gift of the Hollow Man, because that's what I see Kevin Bacon playing, those kind of creepy kind of characters. But I always see Kevin Bacon as just creepy. Just
if they don't
slimy,
get Johnny Depp for the Invisible Man in the Dark Universe, just get Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, I would love that.
He's already played an Invisible Man, so
do it again.
They
I would love to see him do it again. Like, oh my god, I would love to see him actually do that. Although Johnny Depp, I'm curious just to see where that goes with that casting.
Yeah,
So.
but anyways, no, but we do have a couple more questions of the night things and community questions, but we're gonna save that for next week because we've been doing this for a while, and man, this Flex and Chill might be long. We're gonna have to do whatever we can to fucking shorten that shit. But yes, it's that time. Boo! Let me just make this full screen so it's official.
Alan, get the red shirt.
That music. Oh,
Flex
shit.
and kill. No.
Yeah, Justin from now on, just start every episode with Scary Terry voice.
Yeah,
Damn it, Ganja, you ruined it now.
Welcome to the Midnight Chat Attack,
You
bitch.
can't tell people I'm doing it. It has to be a surprise.
Did you just say
I just
bitch?
wanted to share the magic.
He just said
What?
bitch. I'm surprised.
No, I stopped myself. I censored myself.
I heard him. He said it.
Man, right
You're
when
the
I
one
was about to give you
censoring.
your
It's something that
ball.
needs to be done.
Right when he was about
Wait,
to get a
but-
left ball, and it just. But it's okay, man. You're still, man. It's all right.
Why do you, okay, Nick, are you sure you're not gay? You talk about nipples, you talk about my balls. What else do we have to do?
Oh, we had an entire conversation about Nick's testicles once.
We got your assholes and your chest next. We're gonna get to it before the end of the show.
Well, I mean, I
Get
can talk
ready.
about your
big old
titties
hairy
next,
chest.
Justin.
Can we move on?
But
Allie,
Allie,
stop throwing salt on our bits.
no, but wait, Allie, I was actually going to
Ew.
ask Justin about his vagina next because I want to show that I'm straight.
Can I talk about my TV instead?
You know what? Actually,
Maybe. Well, let's see what happens in the next 10 seconds.
No, actually, I'm really curious because it's probably about some gay stuff. No, but like for real though, you never go first. I'm gonna have you go first, Justin. Like, what you been watching, man?
All right. Well, I've been trying to catch up a bunch of stuff. I mean, I reviewed a few movies from Netflix for some websites, actually. So one for oneofus.net and then another for another podcast I'm actually joining called Unapologetic Geek Out, if anyone's ever heard of that.
Oh, yeah, you brought that up before, too. And I was like, I looked it up, and then I was like, fuck that. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you did.
No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
No, but the big thing I'm trying to catch up on now, just because I've watched, a good chunk of it, and now the new season's out, is the new Twin Peaks. So that's been on my radar. So is anyone else here watching it?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Somebody else I can talk to about that. So does anyone here not know what Twin Peaks is in general?
I actually don't. Yeah, go ahead and inform me on this.
Don't. Okay, so basically, this was a 90s series that came out, and it's David Lynch, so obviously it's super surreal and super trippy, but basically, ostensibly the plot is about this murder that happens in a small town called Twin Peaks, and it's this supernatural investigation that involves what may or may not be hell opening on Earth, and I say may or may not because the early show is the defining moment of postmodern television, where anything that happens on the show may or may not mean anything at all. Just like, oh yeah, this whole segment where they start talking about coffee and pie and stuff like that, or this whole subplot involving these two lovers and blah blah blah. Now the new season, because at the end of the last series, which was 91. Oh yeah, by the way, this show is also pretty freaking scary. Just showing those clips, but they actually foreshadowed that it would return 25 years later, where they're like, I will see you again in 25 years. And sure enough, 25 years later, next season of Twin Peaks.
They actually stuck to their word for once.
Oh yeah, no, seriously, and that's just one of those crazy things. So the new season, what they did with Showtime is that they gave David Lynch carte blanche because he hasn't made a movie or anything in 10 years. So they're just like, yeah, you get to come back, you can direct every episode, you can make it as long or as short as you want, just put it out there and get us the attention. So now we got the first 4 episodes that have come out, and then 2 more will come out next week. And then actually, is it gonna be 2 more or just 1 more this Sunday?
I think it's 2 more next week. I feel like it's 2 more next week.
Okay, yeah, which I kind of like that, like the 2 episode chunks. It's good to have binge watching format. But yeah, this show is like for this new season is intense. It's spooky. It's hilarious on certain scenes. Like I don't know, Ruthless. You've been watching. Did you not crack up hysterically with that lady at the apartment where the cops keep trying to ask her for information and she's just totally forgetful the entire time?
This lady basically just forgets in the middle of them talking to her every time they try to talk to her about anything.
So where's the landlord? Oh, I don't remember. I think his brother's in town. Okay, where's his brother?
I don't know that.
On and on and on. But so far, everything's been great with this show. I mean, it's very obtuse. I don't fully understand what's happening, but I feel like it's one of those things you have to really digest this show. You take it in a week at a time. You absorb these images, which this show is shot beautifully. Like it just looks gorgeous with all these crazy psychedelic, surreal images, great music, great sound work. It's great to see Kyle MacLachlan again as the lead character because I've always loved that actor from the few things I've seen him in. And obviously he's a lot older, time has changed, but he's just a great charismatic lead, even playing this very different version of his character in this show. So I don't know, just me personally, if you guys have not watched it, first of all, watch the old show first, because you will not get anything from this new season if you don't know anything about the old show. I mean, would you agree with me, Ruthless, on this?
Yes and no. I Twin Peaks is so weird that I feel like you can get away with just watching this first and then going back to watch the old stuff to get the references. But yeah, for the proper watch, I think you probably do need to go ahead and watch all of Twin Peaks. Watch Fire Walk with Me. I would even say watch Lost Highway because there've been a couple of references to Lost Highway in episodes 2 and 3. We got some interesting references to Lost Highway. So I would say, yeah, like watch all that and watch it, or watch absolutely none of it and just go straight in. Because I think any kind of trying to mix it up and catch up while you're doing it is just going to throw you off. It is absolute existential weirdness at its highest form in a very well-wrapped package. Like, David Lynch really knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I've been watching mostly. And silence.
It's just like Nick with the hell. No, but damn, Twin Peaks, because it seems like that seems actually pretty interesting. Because I was actually wondering to check it out myself. If they actually go back to the original series and stuff like that, and actually, because the new series is it on Netflix or is it on Hulu? Like, what's actually on
Showtime.
I think the
Showtime.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Showtime.
series is on Netflix, isn't it? Still, or did they remove
Old
it?
Show, I think is on Netflix, and I think you can get Fire Walk with Me and Lost Highway on Amazon. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then the new series is on Showtime, so it's spread out across different series.
Okay, so it's on Showtime today. So it seems like a lot of those it seems like you guys actually been watching network television more so than the actual streaming services because they actually haven't been having too much of anything as of late. So
People got that YouTube TV going.
Exactly. And since we also it's been a while since she's actually been on Bugs. You actually been watching anything on the streaming services?
Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
Ooh.
Oh, how's that?
And that shit is so good. It scares the fuck out of me.
Wait, what is it about? If you can explain it.
Are you scared of lesbians?
It's not
It's not the same thing, Nick.
Not the same thing.
Oh, bloody hell. No, okay, Handmaid's Tale, it's based off a book that was actually written almost 40 years ago. And it's a dystopian future where this super right-wing conservative Christian sect has basically taken over the U.S. government. They've killed the president, they've killed all of Congress and the Supreme Court, and they've taken over. And they've created this sort of religious sort of society where all of the rich people are at the top, and they take any woman who's a fertile woman, and they force her to be what is called a handmaid, using Old Testament from the Bible as their justification, because apparently in the world today, fertility is an issue. People stopped having babies.
Who's being strangled in the background? Son?
Yeah, what
my
is
house
that
is
going
playing Friday 13th.
Oh, well, I guess that was accurate.
I like to get into a game. Amazing.
Y'all keep quiet, man.
So basically, the story follows this one chick named Offred, which is not her real name. She's a handmaiden, and she's basically these women get raped every month by the men of their household, the head of the household, the man, in an effort to have a baby that will then be taken by the husband and wife. That is their only duty and job in life. And it's very depressing because I can almost see this happening.
No, it probably is happening somewhere right now, like in different countries and overseas and shit.
Shit, the Amish probably, man. Check it out.
Yeah.
Well, the woman who wrote the book, there's Jason. The woman who wrote the book, she had said that she based a lot of the book on stuff that was actually happening in the world in the late 70s and early 80s. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility that this shit could actually go down. But when you watch the show, they do put it in a modern perspective with a women's march and all sorts of taking away women's rights and stuff. Like, it starts off very slowly. It doesn't happen all of a sudden overnight. It's very slowly with the eroding of women's rights, minority rights, and stuff like that. And next thing you know, you're living in a society where they're rounding up all these women. They're invalidating people's marriages and shit.
Yeah. I mean, how far are you into this into the season or whatever? How many seasons are there?
It's only one season. It just started this year.
Is it a miniseries or are they?
They got renewed for a second season actually. Which
yeah,
is
it's
weird.
on Hulu. It's on Hulu,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because it's just one book, and the book is a very definitive ending. So I'm wondering how exactly they're going to do a second season with this. But it's got Elizabeth Moss as the lead, a girl from Mad Men.
Ooh, okay, so she must be pretty privy to doing sex scenes or some shit because everybody from Mad Men is fucking.
Oh, she gets fucking naked in it. Oh yeah, she shakes tits.
Well, the book doesn't shy away from any sexual imagery. That book's full of that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, and I don't know. I know I'm not gonna watch it just because I just don't have the time. But I mean, it doesn't sound as bad as the fucking movie Handmaiden, so I gotta give it like the biggest props in the world.
Joseph Fiennes plays the commander, and it the chick who played Dexter's wife.
Right, yeah.
The one who's also a serial killer. She plays the commander's wife in this.
Wait, Yvonne Strahovski?
Yes.
Okay.
She's amazing in this.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Miranda.
Alexa Bledel plays one of the other handmaidens. The chick from Orange is the New Black plays Mora.
Which one?
The one who got killed. who got strangled.
Oh my god, I haven't. Oh.
Yeah, so
Spoilers,
anyways,
sorry.
moving on to the
I
next
know, shit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. I will just move on and you'll forget it.
Yeah, I got distracted
has
by
been
other shows and I stopped Orange is the New Black.
This has been another edition of Spoil and Chill.
Dang
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't even really mind usually, but like, yeah, just we gotta have a warning in the beginning.
We gotta
fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's cool. But no, I'm actually gonna move on too because I mean, like I said, we only have so much time. Mika, fuck your name for real, dude. Like your name's different every time. But what you been watching lately, dude? Oh, really? No, I've been watching that too. I've actually just started the fucking wall, and it's great.
I think that's up for Emmy consideration. It's gonna be
Yeah,
a big
exactly.
hit, right?
Yeah, right?
What?
Yeah, Mr. Adams. Yeah, Mr. Adams.
Oh, he was talking to me?
Yeah.
Your name says Mika.
Couldn't tell.
I think it's Micah.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice to know we have a consensus.
You're calling him Mika from Paranormal Activity.
I was thinking Mika.
Who got that reference?
Yeah, that was actually really
I actually
strange.
got the reference, and I have somebody
I
with
got
my family name Mika spelled exactly the same. So hey, who knows what the fuck I'm talking about?
No, man, that's why I just call him Mr. Adams. What have you been watching, dear good sir?
Cops.
So I've been really,
You better hurry because
The Shield.
About to get busted on live stream, just like that drug dealer did the other day.
I was gonna figure that out too, but then we're all gonna kill each other. So
Don't worry, I'm safe. I'm just drinking water.
Okay,
No.
what have you watched? What have you watched?
I've been really enjoying Hulu. Like I bought like Hulu, and I love it so much. Like I like it more than Netflix.
That's
So
a
I've
good
been
TV
just
show.
watching
Hulu's,
like
one of my favorites.
Frasier. I've been watching Frasier, Seinfeld, and then I'm working on a demo, so I've been just listening to a lot of voice actors like from different animes that have my same range, so I can get an idea of what I could possibly try to do. So that's pretty much it, though.
Okay, Micah, sorry, you got me going on the neck. Have you seen that one documentary, the I Know That Voice, with all the voice actors on it?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes.
Okay.
So many people, so many voice actors have watched that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main thing of that, because I like watching voice actors work. When I went to go to Comic-Con, I met some voice actors. It's really fun to learn about that craft, you know. So that's really cool. So.
No, we was talking like side tangent. Like, I'm sorry, you can go after me, Mr. Adams. But we was talking about doing like a game on the MCA where you actually had to guess who did the voice actors and stuff like that.
Haven't we been planning that for like 2 months?
Yeah, we actually have. We need to do that. We really do need to do that. But Mr. Adams, go ahead.
Oh no, I was like, like those kind of documentaries are really interesting. Sadly, right now, I've kind of noticed, and you can kind of see it from DuckTales, they're not really hiring voice actors anymore. Hiring comedians and celebrities to do voice work, and sometimes they're not the best at it.
It depends on the show.
Hopefully the craft can still, stay.
Well,
Probably not.
sometimes I watch shows where people do voice acting, and then when I watch them, I get really excited.
Exactly.
I'm sorry,
What
man.
the frick was that?
I don't know, man.
Did you steal my Valium? I knew someone stole that shit. I was looking for it for 2 fucking weeks.
Kept it in a safe like I told you to.
I don't believe it's childproof, Alan. You know.
Apparently not.
Mr. Adams speaks in jazz. It's just cool, man.
No, he said he ran home, so that's probably what it is. He's probably like very, very tired right now.
He's like Soldier Boy right now. This?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually want Mr. Adams to give me a back massage and just tell me about the shows he watches. So anyways, I watch stuff on TV. Oh, thank you.
What kind of nostalgia are you talking about? And also, don't answer my questions.
Work my glutes to tell me about Hulu, Mr. Adams.
No, but I'm actually gonna throw this at Allie and you, Ganja, and hopefully, we can repair everyone's friendships here. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to make some fucking drama. No, you guys watched some shit that made you both cry. 13 Reasons Why.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Allie, you start.
No. Man, okay. This show, I mean, I think most people know what it is, but if you don't, this girl, she commits suicide and she leaves behind a set of 13 tapes as to why she did it and to the people who are all the reasons why she did it. Or like there's a tape for that particular person's like, yeah, you're the reason why I committed suicide. And Man, and it's I was surprised. It's actually produced by Selena Gomez.
What?
What?
Really?
Yeah. No, and it's so good. It is freaking really good. Like it's a slow build up. Ganja was definitely like he was a little iffy at the beginning. He was like, man, I just want something to happen. But like once it starts going, you really get into it and you just want to watch, like you just really want to start like keep watching to see how everything unravels. And it just gets more and more dark though. Like it's really freaking dark by the end. And at that point, like you've been through this whole journey with this girl, and everything that it's just you lose it. You lose it at the end. I know I cried because like it does hit personally for me because I do struggle with depression, and like a lot of the things that she was going through, I got. You know, like when she kind of expressed herself, like her feelings and what she was going through mentally, I was just like, yeah, I've been there. And so that just really made me kind of break down. Now, Ganja, I know you don't really, the whole topic of her, like, hey, you're the reason why. And like they're kind of blaming everyone else and not really herself. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, some parts, like the whole idea behind the tapes is like sort of a revenge fantasy, and that's kind of my problem with this whole thing because it's kind of glorifying suicide into a certain direction. It's like, hey, you know, if you kill yourself and you plan an elaborate plan, people will remember you and people will feel guilty for what they've done to you. So I didn't appreciate that because it feels more like a revenge fantasy. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself and then I'll make these guys suffer at the end of this. And just the way the story was told, like, there's a lot of times that she could have changed the situation herself, but she doesn't do it. And they never take that option to explore that option. Like, oh, she tried to make friends to a certain degree and it failed because of such and such, her fault. And she realizes through her change. Like, for instance, there's a boy that's literally tries to be her friend, but she tends to push him away and tends to try to be friends with the lesser, like the popular kids, but they're assholes to her. And they really tend to fuck things over with her. So it doesn't touch on her, like her problems of her trying to seek popularity and not being friends with the right people. And it doesn't really touch on how much her responsibility in it. And I feel like a lot of the kids that they had that caused her to commit suicide were kind of comically bad. And I even joked with Allie. I was like, damn, Allie, you must be feeling bad because I feel guilty being a man watching this show because they make these guys look fucking horrible.
Yo, oh my God. Ugh. Like, there's this one dude, and he was just straight up freaking villain. Towards the end. Like, did you do this? And he's just like, well, I mean, if you consider the fact, like, he was really like a freaking Bond villain of some sort. Like, I was like, dang, this guy, I mean, frankly, what he does is freaking screwed up. But at the same time, it's like, he kind of went almost mustache twirling in a way.
But not only that, like, it shows how someone, like, because I think it's it takes place around 3 or 4 months, Allie, in between her life before she actually commits to suicide.
Yeah, I would think so.
So it shows the 3 to 4 months that she's alive, and it shows that how just negative things back to back can weaken someone's will to keep going. And what I applaud this movie, it actually shows the suicide. A lot of shows and movies actually shy away from it because it's too dark. Yeah. This one actually shows the last moments of her life to the point of even the mother discovering her, and that's when I broke down because the actor is from Grey's Anatomy. She's the one that plays Dr. Madrimi's wife from the 4th and 3rd season. So she does a great job. Her and her husband, they do a great job performing the scene of her finding her in the tub. For people that have depression or been sexually abused, I advise you guys watch this with friends because it is a good show and it's a good movie. It's almost run like a movie. Like it feels like my best example is American Beauty, the way it has a story in between stories.
But it's done well.
It feels a little just. It's done well, Nick.
Don't leave your computer around Nick.
It's done well, Nick. It's just that type of storyline telling. And then I felt it's kind of just jarring. Sometimes they'll cut away from the future and the past too quickly. And the only way you could tell the characters in the present is because he has a scratch on his eye that he gets the first episode.
They did that.
And it's like that band just kept throughout the whole season to let you know this is the present. He's got the past.
Well, like,
the present.
It was so funny. Like it was starting to heal. Or well, I don't know if it's starting to heal, but he finally like took the bandage off, and he had like this huge scar. And then, funny enough, he got hit in the same exact area again. So they put the bandage back on. I'm like, okay.
You can't take this off.
It's like the editor called it. Hey guys, we need more footage of this dude getting knocked out because we can't tell the difference in these two scenes. So can y'all put like a bandage or something on him?
Here's a hammer.
Well, I mean, I thought like another indication was that like when the main girl when she was alive, it was a lot more warm, like the color palette.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Yeah, and then like when after her death, you could tell it was very gloomy. It was much more cooler tones. Not like it's just very subtle. It's not like but like you could tell. So it kind of made it a little bit easier as well if he didn't have that patch, but it would have been hard for some people. I know.
Yeah, well, and also interesting too. Just thinking about this, I still need to watch this series, but I really like that main actor. He's been kind of popping up in a lot of stuff. Dylan Monet. Say his name. He was in Goosebumps, which actually he was surprisingly good in that.
Right.
I don't know about you, Ali, but I find him kind of annoying the first 3 episodes because he starts off kind of like Michael Cera's characters. He's always plays like kind of timid, talks a little bit and stuff like that. But it changes throughout the episodes.
Yeah. I can't really wholeheartly agree with you because I can only really think about as his character progressed more than like from the first couple of episodes. But he definitely, if anything, he lets go of all that annoying qualities of him, and he's almost in a way like we are looking like we are him in a way, like following him like through this journey and everything. So it kind of gives you someone to latch onto that's like, okay, I can get behind this guy or whatever, you know?
I don't know about you, Ali, but I felt like it was kind of a ripoff, The Final Mystery. I'm not going to go into it, not spoil for you guys that want to watch it, but like I kind of felt like it was a ripoff. How about you?
Like the final tape?
The final tape. His discovery of the final tape and what the contents are. I kind of felt like it was a rip.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, one thing I want to ask you guys too, because on top of that, in the chat, people are like, "Oh, like even Jess said, like I want to watch this." Like I never seen that. Like, man, I was crying, I felt awful, and then someone goes like, "Oh, that sounds great. I love being fucking depressed." Like,
just be prepared. Like, definitely be prepared because if you've had any issues, you know, with like kind of depression or anything, it's gonna trigger you. It really is.
I'm actually curious. I actually got a question because like, and it goes back to the whole thing. Solutions. Like, because you guys say like this show in particular actually kind of like fantasizes the whole suicide, trying to make everybody feel guilty. It's a revenge story. And I want to go to you, Ali. What is that this show could have did to make it where it wasn't glorifying suicide in a way? What would they need to change in order to actually say, oh, don't glorify suicide, but just like, you know, raise awareness pretty much, I guess.
I mean, it's just like the girl was very, like, she wanted attention in a way. So doing these tapes is something just to grab more attention. So, like, it is kind of glamorizing that fact, like, oh, hey, you're, like Ganja said, you're going to remember me even though after I'm gone. Like, doing that in a way, like, but also, I guess, it was very, like, black and white, I guess. Like, it was just, okay, they did these terrible things. And yeah, I mean, like, you saw the struggles with the characters, you know, who were affected by this. But at the same time, there are some points where it's just like, nope, like, this is how it is and whatever. And I just feel like some teens might see this and they might be like, huh, you know, like, get some ideas out of that.
I don't think. Sorry, Nick, go on.
No, I mean, I was done. I just, like, that's where, I mean, like, it was like that with, like, music where I was growing up, too, where just, like, you know, some songs are just kind of like, yeah, get them back, fuck this world, like, I will show you, I'll kill myself, and it's like, yeah, it is glorifying, but go ahead, Cam.
I don't think that 13 Reasons Why is glorifying suicide. I think that we need to see that suicide is not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's not cute. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people said that the scene with her slitting her wrist and then her mom finding her in the bathtub was too much. But maybe some of these kids need to see that shit.
No,
because
that was perfect.
You have some kids who think that it's going to be glamorous and perfect and just beautiful and that they're just going to drift off into the oblivion. No.
Yeah, I mean,
it is likely going to be someone you love.
Yeah, I don't think they're glamorizing the actual suicide. I think it's the justification and, you know, that, like they were saying, like, you know, the idea, like, you know, I'm going to get back at them with this kind of thing. That maybe
like,
the rationale.
Feel sorry about, like, yeah, you're going to feel sorry for me doing this.
Yeah,
like,
so maybe there's more. Yeah, there's more balance. Maybe that might have been the thing, like a more of a psychological, like, you know, nuance. It's like, yeah, there's this element to it, but there's also this side about it.
Well, see, I don't think that her intention was to make them feel sorry for her. I think her intention was, you know, scorched earth. Basically, I think that she wanted them to. She wanted payback. Like when she kept encouraging people to throw rocks at the one kid's window, you know, to stalk him like he stalked her.
That's the revenge fantasy I was talking about. Like, it's not a real touch on suicide. It's more like, oh, the suicide is a platform for this whole revenge story and murder mystery almost, without a murder being occurred.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean on that. But you know what, though? I'm going to move on real quick because we do have to end soon. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Anthony, and then it's going to be Alan. And I want to touch on something with you, Alan. I like how you perked up like, ooh. No, but you, man. Yeah, like, what you been watching, Anthony?
Just two things in particular. The first one, actually, I meant to talk about it last week, but I don't even think I got to brought it up. But I do not see Jamie. I'm just going to start off by saying I do not see Jamie Foxx as an action star. No matter how much you try to force me down.
Oh, you watched this?
I'm just not going to. I was just curious because my mom was just like, yeah, she liked it. She dug it a lot. She likes Jamie Foxx. She saw him in a concert. She was just like, yeah, I'm a really big fan.
She saw him in a concert?
I guess. And then she was just like, yeah, check it out. It's a really good movie. I'm just like, I checked it out. I'm just like, it's just another generic action movie with a celebrity star to me. And I'm not even going to spend too much time on this movie. I'm just going to say this. The villains in this movie, they were at a point where they was actually like, had somewhat brains. Then it's just a point to the movie where they just literally just throw that shit out the window. They act completely fucking stupid to the point where you want the hero to win. Like literally in this movie, I don't know if a scene got cut out or something, but they have Jamie Foxx's son hostage, right? In the movie, they like hit his hand because they like, oh yeah, you didn't bring the drug money, so we're gonna kidnap him back so we can actually get you can go get the money or the drugs or whatever. They hit his hand with a hammer, and then instead of like when they leave, they literally let the door open. The door is left open. Like they don't give a shit. They just let him walk out the goddamn room. No security by the door, no nothing. They literally just let him walk. I'm like, did the villains just leave the door open? Like, what? Like, and from that point on, the villains is just like, yeah, you're fucking stupid.
So clearly they're the villains from the Taken sequels. Like,
yeah, pretty much. It's generic action movie cheese right here. Generic action movie. And like I said, I never see Jamie Foxx as an action star. I just can't. Like even back in Stealth, even though a lot of people say he was the best part about that movie, I don't give a shit. I never see him as an action star.
I never saw that movie.
Just keep going back to
But
Stealth.
Anthony, I have one question. Was the action good?
Amazing.
No, the action was not even as good either. It was kind of like really choppy and not a lot actually. And plus, the funny thing about it is like you would call bullshit because most of the movie, Jamie Foxx can't even really fight because apparently his character is injured the entire time because he's moving around the movie like this.
This is an action movie?
Yeah, this is technically an action movie. But
it's a remake of a better foreign film. So yeah.
Oh my god, it's just and apparently. How this movie ends, it's like, oh, we're getting a sequel. We're coming back. We're getting a sequel. Oh shit!
Sorry, I missed the title of the movie.
It's just like I'm like, yeah, fuck this movie. And then an actual better film though that actually you get to see that's actually animated and it's actually anime. It was an anime movie called A Silent Voice, and it's kind of funny that Ali and Ganja are talking about 13 Reasons and how that does with suicide. Pretty much this movie kind of does with those similar topics too, and bullying on all that stuff in a very mature manner because the movie actually kind of opens up with this main character right here, wish I remembered his name, actually planning out his suicide, like marking his days down on a calendar, like quitting his job, getting the money necessary to pay his mom back for all the stuff that he did, and actually literally about to jump off a bridge. And you trying to like wonder why, like why the fuck is he doing this? And then in the story, it's pretty much a story of redemption. Like just pretty much this main character, they go back, a flashback where he was back in middle school or something like that, where he pretty much treated like this deaf girl like shit, like utter trash. Like he literally like took her hearing aids, would like destroy that shit, push her down, bully her with like the rest of the classroom. Like for some reason they had like this bias against this deaf girl, and I don't know why. They just treated her like shit.
Maybe because she wasn't listening to them.
I liked it.
Sorry, go
anyway. No, but yeah, they just like really treated this like poor defenseless girl really bad, and she was just like really trying her hardest to be their friends, like no matter how hard they treated. And
what
then
movie is this?
It's called A Silent Voice. It's an anime, and pretty much you get to a point in the movie where it's just like, oh yeah, nobody defends him. It's just like, oh, he was the one that was bullying her the entire time. It was just him. It was just him all along. And he like, oh, y'all motherfuckers was doing it too. And he like, no, it's all you, bro. It's all you. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then pretty much that leads him to like killing himself because he was just like, man, I really did treat that girl wrong. And then for the rest of the movie, it's pretty much like a redemption story of them two actually just like trying to rebuild the relationship. Him trying to redo bonds from high school, from all those bullies, those assholes that he got along with, and mainly her, just trying to do bygones as bygones. Like, I know I treated you fucking wrong. I'm apologizing to your mother and stuff like that. I'm really trying to be a better person now. And even though it's like his old friends are telling him, like, no, you motherfucker, you're still a piece of shit. You're never going to change. Why are you trying to get friends with her? And then it's like her mother, the other girl's mother, is like saying, yeah, you're still a piece of shit. Stay away from my daughter. But he's like, no, I really want to change. I really want to make things right. And by the end of it, it does. It helps not only her and them two get along, but also helps like everybody around him, like childhood friends that was actually treating her like shit back in high school. It's just like, yeah, we all really did treat you wrong, and we're all now a big, happily friends, a group of friends now. And it's a really touching story. I really recommend it to anybody.
Now, one thing, or two things actually, because I know that we all have a lot more movies that we're going to bring up, and probably more people in the call. We had to end it soon. So, like, Allie, I'm going to have you review Wonder Woman, and plus, I honestly want to see if I can kind of
Wonder Woman. So Allie's seen it. I've seen it. Who else has seen the movie?
Okay,
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, bad shut the fuck because
before we get I was just curious.
But before we even get into that, me and you have some things, and Allie can jump in, Ganja can jump in. Anthony, I forgot you watched it, so you can jump in too. But Alan, Prometheus, we had to have this discussion right here.
Oh yeah.
Because here's the fucking thing, man. I think personally, and I'm gonna have you talk about the other movies you want to bring up too, and everything. Oh shit, he left.
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, it sounds like he got flushed down the toilet.
I'm still here, man.
Okay, because for me, I think the whole thing with Prometheus, I think it was overly hyped in the sense of like how bad it was. Because I remember Allie, I remember Ganja, I remember Anthony. We're like, Nick, you're gonna hate the shit. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be awful. The whole fucking thing. And watching it, if you don't watch it as an alien movie, it's actually not too fucking bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's typical, but it's like, dude, at least it did different things. And at least, you know, you're saying the scientists were stupid. You couldn't fucking stand them. They were doing dumb mistakes the entire time, which is cool. I get it, you know, whatever. But it's like, taken away from the fact, because Ridley Scott did say this is not an alien movie. So, taking away the fact that you're not going to see Xenomorphs and everything, how is that bad? You know what I mean? Like, what did you really, really hate about the movie, other than like the stupidity of the scientists and the fact that it's a bad alien movie?
It's like I told you before that I never watched an alien movie prior to Prometheus. So, and I live under a rock for the most part, so I'd never even heard Ridley Scott talk about this movie. I just kind of saw it and just said, whatever, I have nothing to do this afternoon. I'm just gonna watch it, see if it's good or not. So I was watching it by myself, completely, you know, in a vacuum. So I had no idea anything about this movie. And it's one of those things in movies where it's like, if I can't understand the motivations of anybody on board or understand why the fuck anybody's doing the shit that they're doing, I'm going to start getting pissed off. Like, the scientists are the biggest bunch of fucking idiots on Earth. Like, they don't understand why they're here. Most of them don't seem to be properly equipped for any sort of military-esque or even science-based missions. There aren't even any, like, military people to help kind of keep things in order. The shit that they do when they bring some of the alien specimens on board, I literally paused the movie and just took a walk. Because like they bring in this alien specimen's head and they're like covering it with like tissues and stuff, and it's just like, you're dealing with a fucking dead organism, you fucking ingrates. Like, at the time, and probably this is why it hit me so hard, is I was learning animal handling in my biotechnology course. So we have like gloves and goggles and, you know, every single thing just deal with fucking rodents. These idiots are dealing with the alien like organism and have no fucking idea how to handle this. The best way to sum up the science movie is like a bunch of hillbillies gone on a spaceship and just discovered this new planet.
Well, and to be fair, that's kind of in the vein of Alien, because it's always been about kind of redneck.
That's not an excuse, man.
No, but
that's
I'm saying,
like the reason for this to exist.
The problem with this movie is that it's a undernourished script with a very lavish production value, because it's a beautiful movie to look at. It's a fun, like, produced movie, but that's the thing. There's too many characters, and none of them have any good reason to be compelling, except for arguably David. I thought he was a cool character. I mean, maybe you agree or not, but well, he's only interesting because he's different than everybody else, but everyone else is just a generic, you know, they're just a generic caricature. So
because the thing is, like, Allie, when we're watching this, for one, I don't like a lot of the fact that like a lot of things weren't really explained. But the thing is, when you're in a space world, whatever the fuck, I don't want things to be explained to me. Like, it makes it interesting that I don't know what the fuck their motivations are because I'm like, holy shit, like this is creepy.
Well-
What's that black thing on his finger? What's that? What's this? Like, I mean, do you feel the same?
That's
with me?
not motivation. That's just like that's different from like characters' motivation. You cannot know what like, oh, I don't know what this particular organism is. That's okay. Like we didn't know in the first Alien where the heck these xenomorphs came from or anything like that. But that made it more scary and frightening because we didn't get much info as to like what the origin of these creatures are. But something as like saying that scientists out here in space for what reason? Scientists doing this thing for what reason? Like it's that's completely different from like not being very like what's the word? Like just not being very explanative about like a certain civilization because that was the whole point was that they were going to reveal.
Yeah, well, it's the idea that, like, you know, teasing things, you know, like saying, like, what's this goop? What's these aliens? That's stuff that you do in movies. That's how you entice people to want to learn because you're like, maybe this will be answered or maybe it won't be answered. And I'll fill in the blanks. But yeah, the problem there is just, you know, again, they posted the image there with the giant thing. It's like, okay, so these people who are supposed to be like decently smart scientists, how do they avoid the giant thing rolling at them?
Okay, for the last
running
time,
forward?
that's not the worst part of the movie.
No,
That's
it's not.
the
It's
part.
not. But I'm
How
saying
about the fact that after she gets her stomach cut open, because for some fucking reason on a spaceship that has, you know, men and women, they have a device that only works on men because of fucking reasons. She gets a fucking like cesarean section and then runs like an Olympic athlete.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's tons of stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
y'all
also
forgot the fact that the geologist got lost underground.
Yeah, the map makers got lost in the
With their own
pit.
maps. How did they not have access to it?
Exactly.
I think with Prometheus, like my takeaway from that film was always the fact that they made some stupid ass mistakes, but the reason for their mistakes were mainly because I want to say academic curiosity. They let their curiosity get the best of them. If you want to sit there and play devil's advocate and say, well, you know, because I mean, can you honestly say what you would do in that situation if you were in it?
No,
Oh, but here's the thing, Bugs. Like, there's the giant alien penis worm thing that comes out at them. Would you reach your hand out and touch it? You know, this scary-looking monster.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But hold on. Do we not go to the zoo and any of those fucking things that we touch over there? Even monkeys. Monkeys throw shit at people, and we still go there. Look at the cute
But
monkey.
you know what a monkey is? This is a creature you've never seen.
Children do that, Nick. Not a grown adult.
I'm a child.
I would try to touch a monkey.
Because they'll probably bite you. It's the same thing with, especially with something that's alien. You don't know what the heck it's gonna do. You don't know if it has some sort of disease. So yeah, you stay freaking far away from it. Because you do that with even animals that are here on Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
Come here, little chimpanzee.
You know,
I mean, Nick goes around
behind bars. You're fine.
Here's the thing, like, because for me, like, okay, you make a point. Yes, only children do that, the whole thing. But if I'm on, my whole agenda is to find out what the fuck these creatures are and like get to know how they act, etc. Why would I go like, oh my god, finally there's something up here. There's another life form. I'm gonna get the fuck away from it.
No.
Like,
What you do is when you discover something like in real life, when people need to track animals for whatever sort of experiments they need to do, they don't go up to it and just grab it. If it's a big animal or something as big as that, they get a bunch of people, they surround it, they try to find a net, they try to capture it in the most pristine way possible because any sort of damage will make your results that you're going to test invalid. So you need to make sure that for the most part you don't even fucking touch this thing.
They were underground, they had no net, and they had no other like team members too. They were by themselves.
Well, they're just unprepared.
Then you fucking report it and let it go. Because honestly, for the most part, if you can't take something in properly, you just let it go. Like, that is standard protocol.
And plus, who thought that fucking thing was gonna literally go inside their suit, a fucking well-protected suit, and then literally like break the dude's arm by wrapping
A person
around
with common
him like
sense wouldn't have gotten in that situation. They would have either like backed away like you're supposed to, and then just find a way to, or follow it. You just let it kind of do its thing.
The way that thing opened up, that was an aggressive stance. Like could anyone
like a
tell
snake.
like when that worm? It's like a snake. It's like all of a sudden, oh. It's like when a dog has like their hackles up, where you notice their hair standing up. It's sort of like that. Sure. Like okay, this sort of looks like an attack stance. I better back up. This thing might, like that's what any normal person would do. But they are just some freaking stupid scientists that I don't know why they were put on this like billion-dollar mission. Like if they're so incompetent as to not even understand like when a freaking just organism is like in an attack stance.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and here's the thing, like, if the movie had justified their incompetence, just saying like, yeah, these are some hacks who got assigned a mission that they were surely going to die on, then that's fine. But that's the thing, is that they never give a justification for why they're so incompetent, and they're not interesting enough characters to care if they're incompetent. You know, it's like, yeah, we like Numi Rapace, we like them as actors, you know, Idris Elba, but what about their characters makes them compelling other than it's Numi Rapace and Idris Elba and Charlize Theron? There's nothing about them that you
Who's
go
in
like,
this movie and does almost nothing. Also, why is whatever the fuck that guy's name
Guy
is?
Pearce.
Why is that guy in the movie?
He's trying to find immortality, basically.
Yeah.
He wants to live Buckingham forever. That's why that medical pod only works for a man, because it's coded or whatever for just him.
Yeah, that was a hint of the reveal of Waylon being on board of the ship.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And one
early
big
on.
thing to bring up too, just to move this along and everything. But like, you know, Alan, one thing,
Yo.
and I'm just gonna go ahead and give my rating. Like, it's for me, it's a 3 out of 5. It's so fucking average. It might as well not exist.
Yes.
But it wasn't
Yeah, it's
horrible.
very
It wasn't
average.
horrible. But here's the thing,
Okay,
though.
that's fair.
Is like talking about the movie though, and you know, you and Ganja, and I think even Ali said something about, you know, like, hey, there's no aim, there's no goal. The thing is, what I like about that, because you had the same, and I always bring this shit up at Walking Dead. You always had the same things where it's like, there's no goal, it's just walk, and it's just whatever. But it's like it's short-term goals.
But Nick,
like,
that's why we stopped watching Walking Dead, because it's so aimless.
that's you, dumbass. But no.
I'm a Justin.
Ew. I stopped watching it in freaking season 4, whatever.
Good
Like,
place
But
to
yeah,
stop.
for some
Season
reason,
6
it's
is good.
for some reason, it
Just
beats
being
the
excited.
Super Bowl.
Season
I'm
6
just
is
saying, like, I know you two in here, maybe like 3 in the chat, etc. But it's like, dude, if no one was watching it, it wouldn't be on TV, sweetheart. Like, I mean, I'm just saying.
He's not wrong.
So, anyways,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, I
you're
don't like
fine,
American
but-
Idol either, but that shit's gonna come back. So, I mean,
No,
you know.
no, it's not.
Unfortunately, it's coming back.
Yeah. It's
Oh, is
coming
it?
back.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I thought they finally canceled it.
But anyways.
No, it's coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyways, my whole thing here is just like, you know, it's short-term goals in the movie. It's like, first it's like, wait, what was that black shit that Michael Fassbender had in his finger? Oh shit, what's that? Oh, she's pregnant. Oh my god, what are they gonna do with that? Then they solve that issue. Then it's like, okay, now we gotta go to this.
That's the best part of the movie, but a lot of what you're saying is just, it's not really like anything. It's just more like random things come up because people are being dumb, and then random things get solved in random ways. Like,
Well,
it's almost
even
like the
just
movie's like foreshadowing a bunch of stuff. Like, hey, woman, I'm gonna explain to you why you can't use this. I don't think you're ever gonna need to use it, but here, you can't use this. I'm also gonna show you how to not use it. Like, of course it's gonna come up at some point. You basically might as well said, don't touch this machine.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna just ask you. I'm gonna go around the board and just everyone give me your number really quick so we can move on and everything. But like you, Alan, I'm really curious. Like, what would you give this out of 5? I mean, did that change your mind at all? Did I help you not hate this movie?
Having a conversation with you and you telling me that this is par for the course, this explains why I hate horror movies. Because the only way to really make a horror movie is by having dumbasses in the lead. So actually, talking again makes me less vitriol. So it's more of a 1 out of 10 as opposed to a 0. Because it's like, okay, if this is par for the course, it's like in action movies. There's always a little bit of dumb shit in the movie to make it work. So I'll increase my rating a little bit, because if it's par for the course, I got to give it some sort of leeway.
Now, Anthony, I'm gonna go straight to you because you barely said anything on this, and I know that like I remember you defended this movie a while back, and then like we watched that movie, and you're like, "Fuck this shit."
Because I can actually really like, from what I remember liking it, and I was actually trying to watch it again. So maybe if I actually watch the movie again, I'll be like, why did I like this shit again? Because I remember the first time I seen it, I was actually like, damn, that was actually not that bad. Like, I didn't mind it. And I still don't think I mind it. And maybe one of these days I have to watch it and probably change my opinion on it. But actually watching that movie and starting it with y'all, I was like, damn, this is starting off really fucking slow. Because what you did, Nick, like you said, you immediately took it out. This is not an aliens movie. This is a movie about the beginning of the aliens. But I'm just thinking of it like this is connected to the alien universe, and I couldn't get that out of my head. I'm just like, damn, this is really fucking slow, and I got shit to do. But the first time I seen, and the fact that I can't remember literally nothing from the movie, like literally nothing. I think I remember bits and pieces of the end, like the very, very end with the whole little reveal, and then like the whole engineer's plot of just like, why did you make us? And then they just really smile.
Yeah.
So that's all I could really remember too much, but I can't remember all the shit, the details I had. I can't really remember it too much, and that's bad. So I probably wouldn't even like the movie as much as I did. So
Now,
yeah, I'll probably just give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Now, Allie, how about you? It's fresh in your mind. We watched it together. I thought you were having a good time. I don't know. I mean,
I definitely like it more than Alien Covenant. If that's anything to say. I would give it probably 2 stars.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
God damn. Huh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of right there with. I'm right there with her, more or less. So.
Yeah. Bugs, you gotta help me here, girl.
I'm like this. It's not the worst alien movie I've ever seen, but it's not the best either. So I'm going to go in the mid range 3, like 2.5 to 3 stars.
See, yeah, we're in the same boat there. Ganja Guru.
Yes. Like everyone kind of said the points that I was gonna make. I just found some of the things a little too stupid. Even for horror movie tropes, it was just too dumb for me. Me personally, I kind of give it a little more leeway because it is an alien movie, and I am a big fan of the series. Like all the way from the first one. I even gave 3 a chance until I saw it recently, and then it broke my heart again. So I give it about 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Now, here's the thing: no spoilers. And you know what, Alan? I next week, because Alan watched Fargo, and dude, I fucking love Fargo. I fucking love that movie. I watch TV show.
Yeah, no. By all means, move on.
Yeah, but next week we're keeping that shit in the game plan. We were talking about that, dude. I'm nerding out with you.
Oh no, you don't want no.
Oh no. Oh god damn it. All
Nick,
right,
I'll talk about Fargo with you.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Yeah, but Allie, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Anthony, do the spin, Anthony.
All the world is waiting.
Headphones on.
And the power
are you doing?
So, hey, Allie.
He's attempting to sing himself because he has headphones on.
He's trying to channel his Amazon powers.
Oh my god, you have lost your fucking mind, Ant.
You're just having a normal day, honestly.
No, but here's the thing, Allie. I just want to ask you one question, okay, sweetheart?
Yes.
How blind are you that this movie was actually shitty and you don't see the shittiness of it?
No. I mean, hey, there are some flaws. There are, but seriously, it's the best DCEU film so far. It's a solid film. I want to go back and see it again. Like, I really enjoyed myself. It's just a really fun movie. The whole thing is that I feel like it takes the best moments from like the Christopher Reeve Superman. Like it's not.
No, it's Superman crossed with the first Captain America movie, kind of a little bit. You know, it's got those same.
Yeah, elements. Like just having it really more lighthearted, because like Wonder Woman is not a dark character. You know, like not every DC movie has to be dark and dire. Like it takes stuff seriously, but it just doesn't make it Zack Snyder Batman v Superman heavy. You know, like you have fun watching it, and it's like you're when you're done with the movie, you're like, that's it. Oh man, I really wanted to see more. I can't wait to see more. But seriously, I was always very apprehensive about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman when she was cast.
Me too.
I was like, okay, I didn't really see her. I never saw her in Fast and the Furious. I saw the movies after she left. So I like had no real other inkling of like how her acting was. Saw her in Batman v Superman, and I was like, well, she's not terrible, but I'm not really buying her as a character. But here, I really feel that she has immensely improved. I think that she's actually a really solid choice for Wonder Woman. 100%? No. But it's very, very close to that. I feel that she really captures the innocence of like when she first comes to, you know, the land of man.
Yeah.
The real world. You know, she's been sheltered. Like Hippolyta purposefully sheltered her from knowing a lot of things because she didn't want her to worry about that. She wanted to protect her. So like when she goes to this world and she finds out like all this certain stuff, and she thinks like, oh, if I just do this one thing, then everything will be okay. And it's just like a build up to the fact when she really learns how the real world is and how everything works. She's like, oh, this is terrible. I didn't expect this. And she finds a solution to it, but it's just, you tell she is just, it's like defeated. It's like when you find out, it's like when a child finds out, spoiler alert, that Santa Claus is not real. You know, it's sort of like that innocent.
No.
Oh my God, you guys, can you believe it? Can you believe it? My God, guys. No, but like it really is sort of like that innocence. And then when, you know, she gets dragged into this really like rough world, you're like, oh, all of that just naivete just went out of the window, and she has to deal with things in a way that obviously like how the real world works.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's still optimistic. Like he's like, yeah,
she's still optimistic. She's not like when she sees her, she's like, oh well, what's the freaking point? Oh my God, no, she's not like that. She still wants to help people, and so on. And that was a great thing too, is that she actually wants to save people. You know, like, I mean, I know it's like a lot of points that Double Toasted brought up, but no, it's really refreshing to see a superhero actually like want to be a superhero. You know, but I thought that, like, yes, her performance was great. The action was like, it wasn't like constant, but when they had action with like Wonder Woman, I was like, woo, you go, girl. Like, it was really good.
Ratio-wise, action to dialogue and building the character up, like what percentage out of 100 is the action?
So the action, I would say probably like 45%.
That's a pretty good fucking margin, actually. That's nice.
I'd say it's even less. There's a
Maybe
lot of
like
talking
40,
in this
maybe
movie.
like 40, 35. I meant like 35.
Okay, damn, girl, that was like a stock. Like,
no, you know what? I meant to say 35, but 40 came out accidentally. But but no, like, yeah, there's much more like dialogue and stuff like that. But it's all interesting. It's nothing that you're like, okay, whatever, let's get to the action. No, you're really invested. They do a really good job with character development. Especially like when you know the first part when they're on Themyscira, I really like, you know, the main character, like Hippolyta, Antiope. I was like, I really like these characters. They're really cool. I really, you know, want to see more from them and so on. And they did that in such a short time frame. They made them really, you know, intriguing. And of course, like when Chris Pine comes in, Steve Trevor, he's like one of the best things about this movie. I gotta say that. He was freaking awesome. Like, I think that next to Kirk, he's gonna be known for being Steve Trevor. And the best thing about Steve Trevor is that, like, not from like the comics where like Wonder Woman always has to save him all the time. No, she's really her equal. He fights just as hard as she does. There's no like damsel in distress situation going on. You know, like, he's tough and it's just like, it's a really good character. He did a really fantastic job. But the emotion was really there. And it wasn't like hitting you over the head or anything like that. But you really did care for these characters, even the ones that, you know, like when they got the team, like, you know, Steve Trevor had like a little, you know, a team. Mm-hmm. And like even them, I really liked all of them, and they were so different. You could really distinct with every single different character. Villains.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing with all comic book movies too. Every fucking villain from anything, Marvel and DC, I'm just kind of like, dude, who gives a shit?
Honestly,
I have enough.
It didn't bother me that much. They're definitely going to be not memorable at all.
Yeah.
They were cheesy, definitely. But I actually thought it was like almost like a callback to kind of like the Wonder Woman, like the Linda Carter, the way their villains are, or like Adam West Batman villains, sort of in that cheesy way. So I saw it kind of like that. I knew that like these people weren't going to stick around, you know, like they're not going to be a main villain. So I was like, okay, sure. It would have been nice to, I think, Dr. Poison, there was a missed opportunity to really add more depth and dimension to her character. But I wasn't heartbroken that the villain was just okay, because everything around all the other characters were just so intriguing, and it's just really likable that I was like, I really cared more about them than I cared about like who they were fighting.
And speaking of that too,
you know,
with them doing that and making this character or this villain not be such a big deal, I think that's kind of a good thing, because you know you can have a lot more villains later on. Don't like fucking just blow every single bit of like effort into one. You know, we're just starting off. Who knows if there's gonna be a Wonder Woman 2, which I think there is going to be, right? Or
no, I think they recently confirmed it. Yeah, so
yeah, Patty Jenkins is back too.
Nice. And here's one thing before you continue on, because on top of this, because I remember you giving a review before, and it was the Rogue One stuff, and I was like, okay, everyone's gonna agree with Allie. Fucking thing. Like, I was kind of like, god damn it, because I fucking hate Star Wars. But Justin came in, and he was like, nah, Rogue One was not all that. You people are overhyping this shit. So like, so far what Allie's saying, like, are you kind of like in the same boat with her a little bit, or?
I'm almost completely in step with her. I totally agree. I think this movie is, I mean, it's a low bar to say it's the best DCEU movie, because look what we've had so far.
Yeah.
But you know, almost everything she said, I completely agree. I think Gal Gadot, she's not the greatest actress, but she did everything right that she was supposed to. You know, she's playing it exactly how she's directed and how she's written, and what she had written was good enough to cover for any shortcomings. Also, to be fair, the guy who played the Native American sidekick with them, he made her look like an Oscar-winning actress by comparison.
Yeah, so he was pretty bad.
And that guy only had like 6 lines of dialogue, so he was not using. But Yeah, I think it's one of those things where everything she said is right. It's a funny movie. It's a very surprisingly emotional movie. They actually gave her a lot of warmth, a lot of depth, a lot of pathos that made her likable. Because she wants to save people. She is Captain America in this story, and more than one ways they borrowed from that first Captain America movie with almost the exact same structure of the plot. Like you can predict almost everything that happens. But I will say there's only a few things I was not crazy about, which only made me down to like I'm kind of at a low full price, high matinee kind of rating kind of thing because. I mean, the villains, they're very stock. I mean, that part when, the one they made fun of Double Toasted, where they pretty much did like the whole kind of.
Oh man, that scene, I was like, oh Jesus.
I know it was ridiculous because they did it that way that like those catty like housewife things like ooh kind of stuff like that. It was really goofy, but I mean, and then I'm not going to spoil what the other big twist is. I mean, you can figure it out when you see the movie because it's kind of spelled out for you, but. There's the big final fight sequence. That one kind of went on too long because it's funny thing what Ali was saying. The actual Wonder Woman fighting like the Germans, which again, Germans are bad guys in everything apparently. Yeah. Those scenes were handled well. They were grounded. They were still like stylized and slow motion that stuff, but well. But then the last fight scene they had is this giant pyrotechnic laser show, pretty much, and that. It felt out of place in the way they did the story. So that was like my one major gripe with how they handled the action.
At that point, it switched from directed by Patty Jenkins to directed by Zack Snyder. Like you could definitely tell.
I was about to ask about that too.
You could definitely tell where Zack Snyder wrote in a certain part.
Which is funny because he didn't write this movie, to be fair. So.
He did the story, but you could tell of his influence at least. I mean, I wasn't, honestly, I'm one of the few that I actually, by itself, not connected to anything, I actually kind of enjoy watching the Doomsday fight. I don't say it's good, but I just enjoy seeing Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman all fighting together. I'm just like, this is surreal. I've never seen this before. This is awesome. So in that regard, I wasn't too bothered by the climax, especially because the rest of the movie is just really freaking great. Yeah. That when something's so good like that, and like why are you gonna complain about a good an action scene? Like I'm okay with Wonder Woman just like flying everywhere and throwing stuff everywhere. Like I'm okay with a little bit of silliness.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad scene. It was just if it had been a little shorter, I think was my only issue with that because it went on for a while.
Yeah, I agree. It did go on for a little bit, but it's not really like the ending, and then all of a sudden it's like okay, credits. Like it ends on a good note.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really it really leaves you wanting more, and you're just really excited to see Wonder Woman again in a movie.
I agree. I did want to see another Wonder Woman movie. No Justice League.
I want to see Wonder Woman. Bring me back Wonder Woman. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do with her next, but I'm on board. Can't wait to see what other villains they bring in. Hopefully, it'll be written a little bit better.
Cheetah.
Or Ares.
Cheetah.
Ares.
Yeah. Ares is a great one.
I had a quick question real quick, you guys, since y'all seen the movie. And this might be spoiler or not, so you guys go away for like 10, 15 seconds right now. Does the Jet make an appearance?
No.
No.
No, the Jet's out.
But you know what? That's why I was, because I'm about to wrap this up because I'm scared of spoilers. Because next week we're gonna bring this up again, and we're gonna talk about full-on spoilers. Because I'm gonna bootleg this shit. I'm sorry. Yes, FBI, come after me.
Dang it, Nick! Why can't you support? We need
Wonder Woman female directors. Pay for
and
their
also
movies.
a good DC movie. Like we need more good DC movies.
Hey, y'all said that DC movie is good. I don't trust y'all opinion.
Hey Nick, we there with that swat shot copy, man. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, you guys, do you like the Batman 1989 movie?
Fuck yeah. Put that
Yes.
bitch in.
Yeah, then you motherfuckers are wrong.
It's okay. I really like. It's not something I would pick over other Batman movies.
Exactly.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Perfectly fine.
But one thing, for one, I want to know what your rating is, Allie. What is your rating for this movie?
So, my rating, if on like the 1.5 star system, I give it definitely a solid 4 stars.
Okay. Wait, there's 1 star missing. Why?
Because the villains, the climax, the whole fighting sequence, I really would have liked to see more of development in the villains department, especially because they had a really good opportunity and open door to do that, and they just kind of decided not to. Also, I will say, even though the action scenes are really good for the most part, some of the shots looked a little cheesy. Like,
and not just that, like the visual effects weren't very good either. I thought.
Yeah, like it wasn't terrible, but like some of it was like, okay, that could have used a little bit more time in the editing room. But like, I'm just talking about some points where like Wonder Woman will like jump to to attack someone, and they'll show like a close up kind of her like kind of flying towards the camera, and you're like, ooh, like I'll forgive it, but because everything else is good, but like anything else, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of bad. But that was kind of how I felt in the trailer. Some parts, I was like, that kind of looks a little bit. But but other than that, like, freaking action's great. The like Gal Gadot's actually really good, well developed. No, they're not beating you over the head with the fact that she's a woman, which I really like. Like, of course, the time period is very realistic in that sense that, like, women aren't allowed to do certain stuff. But they don't beat you over the head like, oh, she's a woman, she can't do this, she's a woman. They don't harp on that at all. Thank God, yes. I have to say that I would watch this movie again over most of the Marvel movies.
Damn.
And yeah, seriously, I feel that positively about it. It's really going to be one of those movies I can watch over and over again and get like like a lot of the same enjoyment. I really enjoy this movie. I'm just so happy because I've always had a soft spot for Wonder Woman, and no bias here because I like, of course, DC going into this, I'm like, I don't know, but it just makes me so happy that like this first female-led like superhero movie like this, it's well received, but critically and by audiences. I think this is a great open door for a lot of women directors, but also for a lot of more like female superheroes getting their own movies, because now it shows that it can be successful. It's doing very well right now financially. And it can be done well, and it's not going to be cheesy. It's not going to be like Elektra or Catwoman. It's actually a competent female superhero movie. Yes, exactly. So this is just, I like a tear just like went down my eye. I was like, this is a really great progression right now, I'm just so happy to have this.
I'm so glad you're feeling this good because Justice League is coming out soon. And it's going to ruin this whole fucking thing.
At least we have Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
We have Wonder Woman. Just like put Patty Jenkins in charge of like everything else going forward.
And have faith, Nick. I mean, Joss Whedon is coming to handle.
Yeah, but most of the movie's done.
Exactly. We got a big female lead superhero movie with a female director, and then the next female-led DC superhero movie is going to be with a guy director. So just weird trade-off we got going on here with that. So
we'll see what happens. But much love to fucking Patty Jenkins because like, dude, she hasn't done shit, and she nailed it like in her first try. With DC movies because she's done nothing but just like small little like short films and little projects and TV shows.
You can argue that a lot of male directors are the same way. There's a lot of male directors that they've only done small movies and then they get these big budget movies next. So I mean, I hate when like people make that argument. It's like males have been doing it for centuries. So like just because she's a woman, she can't do it the same way as a man. Like that just went out the window with this movie. Really.
I had reservations about Kenneth Branagh with Thor. To be honest, I love Kenneth Branagh as a director. I love him as an actor. But I'm like, but a superhero movie? I'm like, really?
But Bugs, Thor sucked. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I like Thor.
But hey,
I don't know. Exactly. I like Thor too. I thought it was a nice little entry.
Okay. But hey, Justin, you know what else sucks just like Thor though?
You're nuts.
Okay, for one, you fucking nerds. How do nuts suck? You guys suck the nuts, you dummies.
That's what I just said.
You're the worst gay dude ever, Justin. I swear. But no, what sucks is that we're ending the show now because it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. Well, Allie, I'm glad we agreed on this movie. I'm really happy because that movie's so good, isn't it? Just so great.
I'm so happy. Just
Justin's giddy.
Justin got a fucking pair of Wonder Woman wristbands and shit. Fucking. And you know what? And Anthony,
I'll add that note too. That Wonder Woman theme that everyone complained about, they only use it like twice, and it's very.
Oh yes.
So
My
yeah,
mom was
and-
very happy about that. She absolutely hates that theme. she started laughing like when it came on, like when it happened in the movie, like the 2 times it happened. She's like, here we go. I'm like, shut up. I love that theme. When it happens, she's like, yes, Wonder Woman beat that guy's butt. Like you're just like, you're hyped up on this like adrenaline when she's just fighting, and like people were cheering in the theater. We were like, whoa, that is so cool. You know?
And I felt the same thing when Jeepers Creepers killed all those people in the bus. I was like, yeah!
God.
But yeah, people, we about to wrap it up. Last time on good shit and good times and stuff. I hope everybody had a great time tonight. Got the Wonder Woman thing out of here. Talked about some news, some trailers. Got into some really great discussions about some political issues and comedy and stuff like that. I really like that type of stuff. We're all friends, trust me. But we got into all of that stuff like that. And people, make sure you keep it locked. Not this time because I know a lot of people get confused. Since we did the anime nights, the after hours will just be a regular after hours. We could just chill, hang out, and just relax, kick your feet up. Like you said, never know. You never know what you might miss in the after hours. We might be discussing something spontaneous, and we might watch like Wanda watching a bondage movie or something.
Hey,
you never know.
Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Anything can happen. Don't try this.
Oh,
don't try this at home.
Please don't try this.
Please go sign the petition and save wrestling on YouTube. They've tried to kick out What Culture's their wrestling company. Please sign the petition. Try and get wrestling removed from the restricted content on YouTube.
Okay,
Please.
actually, no, fuck that. Fuck What Culture. Please, people, do not sign a petition. Wrestling does not belong on fucking YouTube. I don't want to do Monday and Tuesday shows anymore. Damn it.
I'm doing it.
And
speaking of wrestling, be sure to keep it locked to the Midnight Cheddar Tech YouTube channel for the wrestling fans because Extreme Rules is tomorrow. I know. I know. We got a soldier.
Good luck to you guys.
With that being said, Nick, we walk off into the sunset. Say it with me on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Attack the
Attack.
Fringe. This fucking thing don't work. And that's how we're
almost